Oh, get this out of here. What are you doing? Jeez. Come on, man. Oh, boy.
Sorry about that. That was
What are you doing?
I didn't know it was live.
Neither did I. You hit the button.
I did.
Oh.
Hello and welcome to ConverSWations. I'm Charles.
And I'm Pat. And this is episode 100 for over 1,000 generations.
Okay, video. Okay, video's back.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic before the dark times. From a young farm boy on a humble moisture farm in the outer rim of the galaxy to the galaxy's greatest rebel hero. That boy is our only hope, Luke Skywalker.
Wow, that was awful, eh?
What happened to Charles?
What? Are you out of your mind? It's me, Patty.
Patty? You've never called me that before.
Well, there's a first time for everything, eh? Know what I'm talking about? Put sign is so good.
What is going on? Now you're faking Charles' lame Canadian accent and foods? It's pronounced poutine. Even I know that. But yes, it's so good. But who are you?
It's me, Charles, your buddy.
Oh yeah? If you're Charles, what year did we meet?
Oh.
Actually, wait, no, I don't even think he really knows the answer to that. Okay, well, if you're Charles, what's my most hated franchise?
Oh, that's easy. It's obviously Star Trek.
Okay, yeah, well, crap, that's too easy. Everyone hates Star Trek.
True.
Okay, where did the Star Wives meet?
Oh, that's so easy. It's obviously at
Uh-huh.
the gas station. At Wawa.
What? Wawa? No! They met on the hospital floor.
But-
Who are you?
It's me, Cam.
Cam? How the heck did you take over Charles' spot on our show?
Oh, it's easy, actually. I logged into your YouTube account, I snagged your IP address, I masked it through my cloud account while overdriving an altered motivator from my pushing...
I don't actually know what any of that means.
It was...
Just bring Charles back.
Fine, but can you guys at least mention my YouTube channel, Cam Ray Semi Productions?
No! Not at all! First you tried to take over our podcast at Galaxy's Edge. Remember that? Because I sure do.
That was awesome!
And now, tonight, you're trying to commandeer our live 100th episode Lukestravaganza?
Yeah?
We will not be mentioning Cam Ray Semi Productions on YouTube tonight.
Perfect!
What happened? What are you talking? Hey! What happened?
All right. Cam took over. Cam happened.
He took over?
Yeah.
I spent all week saying he wasn't going to take over and he took over?
Where there's a Cam, there's a way, buddy.
No, it's because I used the 2-cam option for the settings. We only need one camera. It's right there. Dang it!
Oh,
man.
This is why we need a professional. So, hello!
Oh! Well, that's over. Woo!
All right.
Welcome to the show. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. And thanks for Cam leaving, apparently, because he took over the show, and we have
He
absolutely
wasn't
no controller.
invited. Why was all these people getting here that weren't invited?
I don't know. Well, this is Cam. We shouldn't be that surprised.
That's
really.
true. Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
not.
So we're
Okay.
gonna have to tighten things up next
Yeah,
time.
for sure. All right. So here we are with our Lukestravaganza.
Huh? How did Cam have a t-shirt like this too?
I thought it was you.
Oh.
At first.
At first.
At first. I mean,
pretty convincing.
Wow, 100 episodes.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, and thanks to everybody who's watching tonight or listening eventually, or who's not watching. It's absolutely fantastic to be here, and it's quite the milestone, and it's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, literally everyone told us that we would make it, so it feels good to prove them wrong.
Yes, and we've got a lively chat already. Let's just scroll through a few ones here. Let's just do some scrolling here.
We
got,
okay.
Oh my gosh!
There. Now I can see.
You can actually see.
Got it.
Wow, Dragon Buddy was here at 4:40.
Oh, he's out of gum. Can somebody get him some
Get
gum?
some gum? Yeah, there's Kelly
Okay.
as well. Kelly Danetta, thank you very
Yes.
much for coming.
Mhm.
Ubaldo, hello. Lunar Girl, of course.
Yes,
Kobe95,
Lunar Girl.
hello.
Sure.
Thank you for coming. Megan, all right, saw you there before. Hello,
Mhm.
hello. Thank you. Dragon Buddy's back. Kobe there again.
All right.
Okay, keep going down here. Scare Scuttlebutt podcast is there. Fantastic. We're nerds, apparently. That's not very nice. Look at this.
I mean,
That's like a badge of honor, really.
yeah, like.
Right. That's why that's guilty as charged.
Oh,
That's why we
man.
made 100 episodes, of course. What else we got here? We got.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. You're right, Megan. Podfather Roe is there.
He's there.
Wait a second.
What?
Really? Really? You just took over the show and now you show up in the chat?
How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Oh, man. Yes, indeed. And then we've got, so Cam is there, so we'll just sort of skip over him.
Yeah,
There's
it's
Scott and Kim from Use and Abuse. Hello. Hello. Thank you.
Hey, wow, look at this.
Yes. Whoa, we got Bernadette. What's two? The Star Wives are here. Holy
Both of
moly.
them.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Hail Bernadette. Yes, indeed.
Hail Bernadette. Oh, he knows.
He knows.
Okay, all right.
All
Look
right.
at
And
that.
we got Nicole is here too. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Oh, and here it is. Here's the entire.
Oh.
Come to think of it, I kind of prefer the Ring of Cam Racing production better than much lamer.
Lamer?
ConverSWations.
Lamer.
Wow, really? Well, thank you very much, Cam, for almost
Tis
screwing
this
up.
season.
Tis this season for what? Okay,
Oh,
that's
boy.
fine.
Yes, we appreciate that the hostage negotiations are
Right.
now over.
Right. So that's yes, it's true. Yes,
We've now got our show back.
we do. So let's get
Perfect.
this thing going. So
All
tonight
right,
we
let's
have
do it.
some giveaways.
Do we?
Yes, we have
We
three
do.
giveaways.
Yes.
What are the giveaways?
Well, it's funny you should ask.
Uh-huh.
Over my shoulder here, you might see one of them already. Actually, there's
No.
two of them.
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
think you can.
all
Why don't you bring it a little bit closer?
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So one of them is
Ooh,
this
Nice.
George Lucas Stormtrooper 50th Lucasfilm Black Series action figure.
That's quite rare. You got them on pegs, right? You found them in the store? Yeah, don't tell
Don't worry
David.
about it.
Don't tell
Don't worry
David.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He pre-ordered them. or
Exactly.
something. I don't know.
So we've got that.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
got that.
One of those.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Got one of those.
All right. We've got a fig pen. You know fig pins?
The fig pins.
Fig
Very
pins
nice.
Are good.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the fig pins.
Uh-huh.
It's a fig pin. Little tick.
Yeah.
Little echo. It's
Echo.
It's echo.
Yeah.
It's not
Echo.
tech. It's
Right.
Echo.
Yeah.
Echo. Echo.
And if you're up to date
Uh-huh.
on the Bad Batch series, that's an
Right.
interesting correlation. Good timing for that one
Uh-huh.
right there.
Good timing indeed. Uh-huh.
And what's the third one?
Where's Scarif After Dark's hello?
Oh,
Hello.
hello,
Hi.
Chantal. Thank you very much for bumping your show for us. It was
Yes.
very much appreciated.
Mhm.
And you may have to watch the replay, but Pat's Ladder had a front and center view of the entire show. So
It's not my fault. I didn't leave it there.
I'm not going to take. Look, he wanted to be part of the show. I turned my back and suddenly he was there.
He wasn't invited.
He's telescopic. He can go where he wants.
All right. That's fair.
So what's the third prize?
Oh, funny you should mention a third prize.
Yes.
Get rid of this chat detail here.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Whoops.
And then this beauty you see before you, our opening crawl for tonight's episode
Exactly.
on a t-shirt.
On a T-shirt. So Pat's
Yes.
entire intro is written right here. There's only three like them, but there's only going to be one more. And
Right.
someone can win this T-shirt here tonight. So so that's going to be. There's going to be 3 trivia questions that we're going to tie to those prizes.
Yes. Shanti put up the ladders.
Sweet shirt. Yes, indeed. Oh, look
Ah.
who else? Nick is here.
Oh, Nick!
Must have fallen down the water hole.
Oh, you fell down some hole.
Yes. Just hope you brought a shovel.
It's like
That's all I
the
can say.
the Dagobah cave down here. Little dingy, I might say.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So here we are. 100.
Yes.
Triple digits, baby.
That is some triple digits.
Yeah.
You know what else is triple digits? Why don't you introduce the what's coming up? What else is interactive about tonight's show?
I mean, I can do my job. I don't need you prompting everything I say.
Well, then say it. Read the thing. Read the thing over there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so we have we had requested on the tweets.
Yes.
Was it on the tweets?
On the tweets and on Facebook and on the Instagram.
Everywhere.
Uh-huh.
We requested pick a number between 1 and 100, right?
Yes.
And those numbers correlate to the top 100 Star Wars characters. So we will be highlighting some of those throughout the show here to say who some of our listeners are interactive peeps have chosen, and we will reveal said characters and highlight those. Wonderful. Yeah. Cool. Did I do? I did okay?
Well, there's a second part to it.
Oh yeah. Then the other part of that is that's that part.
That's that part.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we have guests.
There's guests, but before we get to the guests,
okay,
we want to thank.
Yes, we do want to thank. We want to thank Kelly.
Yes.
Because without her, I don't know how to do this stuff.
Right. So Kelly, Lunar Girl.
Right. Yeah, she's in the chat.
She's in the chat. She's helping us tonight with the wrench. Unfortunately, she couldn't do the video wrench live because Cam wouldn't have been here. But she's been an amazing help, and we really appreciate it. And great ear to lean on for advice and massive help. So thank you very much to Kelly. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
All right.
And very willing to help us.
Yes.
Which most people aren't. They try and distance themselves from us.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beside the point. Yeah.
Right.
Let's keep it celebratory.
Speaking of people that are unwilling to distance themselves from us, people we spent some time with just yesterday.
Right. Who's that?
Well, that's our good friends over at the Hyperion Adventures podcast, Tom and Michelle.
Hello!
Hello!
Oh, man. Have you guys
so
recovered?
long since we've seen you. I don't know,
Yes.
man. It seems like forever.
No, that was just the traffic to get to your place was forever.
Oh, I'm glad you guys were not as late tonight as we were yesterday.
Exactly. Thanks for not holding a grudge.
Yet.
Oh, boy.
Our 15 minutes aren't over yet. There's plenty of time for grudges to be held.
Wow. Okay. Touche. Oh, man. So we have a topical topic.
Yes.
That's why it's a topic.
Mm-hmm.
For you guys to kind of discuss with us, to conversate, if you will.
Yeah.
I made it up. It's a word. Now.
Look at it.
Now.
Look into it.
So basically, we want to talk about Luke's growth from farm boy to galactic legend.
And now, this could be, I mean, we could look at this from the OT, like original trilogy, where Luke starts off as the farm boy and then becomes, this legend within the third movie. But then you can also then expand it to the sequel trilogy and where he ends up. So there's a lot of room in there to talk about that. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, it's true, and I'm sure Michelle will agree. Well, before we get started on that, congratulations on 100 episodes. Can we get that off?
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much.
300 sponsors, 25 listens, something like that,
and $0.
Hopefully 25 after this. Hopefully
25 listens.
Seriously, congratulations, guys! 100 episodes. That's fantastic, phenomenal, all great content. We love your show.
Yeah,
so thank you
so much.
Yeah, you do such a great job, and you just enhance the podcast universe so much.
Yeah.
So,
thank you very much.
Very
thank you.
Privileged to have you as our friend.
Yeah, and with Pat's ladder, you always have the high ground, so it's all good.
I saved it for Michelle.
You guys can commiserate on that.
We can.
There's kismet right there.
There is. Oh boy. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Back to the topic at hand. Luke Skywalker.
Right.
I mean, look, I was there in 77 seeing the movie, and Luke immediately struck home with me. I mean, I dressed up as Luke at Halloween. I mean, he was already a legend as he was a farm boy, as he was growing. So, I mean, it started right off the bat for me. But yes, I mean, the path that he takes, the hero's journey that he makes throughout the original trilogy, but then you go into the sequel trilogy and he truly is a legend because most people don't even think he really exists. It's just stories that are told to children, essentially. So
Yeah.
And it's, and that's the whole thing is, you immediately identify with a guy like Luke.
Yes.
I mean, I'm no galactic hero.
Right. No, absolutely.
Yet.
Uh-huh.
And so it's immediately identifiable. And then you can see where he grows from there, and you're rooting for him the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the same thing too. Like, go ahead, Michelle.
Well, no, I was just gonna, really kind of say the same thing that Pat was just saying, that George Lucas made a character there that anybody could really correlate with and say, yes, I understand where that person is. I understand, whether you've had the same kind of family hardships or just life hardships, you understand what he's going through and what his journey is trying to take him to. And what he thinks should be his journey is somewhat different than what it turns out.
Now, and here's the other thing, and this is something I really want to discuss at one point on the other show that I happen to co-host with our good friend Rob LeBerry, the Jedi Temple Archives podcast.
There you go.
I got to mention it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got to.
Luke is also so important in the fact of Anakin's revitalization, of his redemption, of getting back from being Darth Vader, to back to being Anakin Skywalker by the end of Return of the Jedi. And you can see it happening throughout Empire Strikes Back, and especially in that battle, you can see Darth Vader mind shifting a little bit. And noticing that there is more to live for than to just be this Dark Lord of the Sith. That his redemption arc begins in Empire Strikes Back and continues on through Return of the Jedi.
That's a great point. That's a fantastic point. And like similar to you, Tom, I was introduced, when the movies first came out. But like Pat, my first movie was Empire Strikes Back in the drive-ins, and I loved it. Immediately connected with Han Solo. But once I saw Star Wars, Star Wars back then, I was immediately entranced with Luke because of this sort of underdog mentality that there's a lack of belief in what he can do. And he's thrust into this position and, he makes it, he destroys the Death Star, does it again. Well, part of it at least, saves his father. And then when you look forward then into the sequel trilogy, when, and I know it's a contentious for some people or a lot of people, but the way that he fades into the Force by, defeating Kylo Ren without actually being offensive is an absolute, for me, an absolutely pitch perfect end to his character. And it was absolutely touching. And every time I watch it, it still hits that string. And for me, that's the arc that I see. And he becomes the mentor for Rey in The Rise of Skywalker. So I look at that whole arc, and it's like you can take the original trilogy and bookend them there, but then he's got even more. And that's not even speaking to like The Mandalorian. I mean, that's another fantastic appearance right there.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah,
Michelle.
totally. Yeah, good point.
So.
I'm glad you wrote our material. Thank you.
Well, we took it last night. It's like, oh, that's a good point. Yeah, let's make it look like we said it.
We were pre-gaming. We're like, okay, yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I think and I think that's been like the benchmark for successful Star Wars is you've got that hero's journey that's been around for forever, but they just do it so well with him. And then and then that allows for them to kind of go through a bit of a different process with other heroes, even like to the point of Lando and Rey and Solo trilogy, and to a degree, Han Solo.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and you start with Luke, and you see him as this impetuous, like you said, farm boy who all he wants to do is meet with his friends, get down to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters, which were apparently cocktails, which we had no idea at the time when we were watching it.
It's pretty smart, though.
Yeah, I want a power converter right about now. Make it through this show. But
Wow.
But I mean, the growth that you see, the steps he takes from, learning from Obi-Wan, learning from Yoda. Sorry, Bernadette. Moving on to where he can help sway his father, feels the good in him and helps him sway and become kind of somewhat back to the light side, at least be redeemed on his deathbed, if nothing else. And then decide to take on this burden of trying to train all these young Jedi in a universe that is not exactly, is in kind of a shambles following the Galactic Civil War there. But yet take that on. And then, still he's a flawed human being. He fell through his own flaws within the sequel trilogy as well. Yet when it's all said and done, he still came back, and just as you were mentioning, Charles, became back to being the hero that we saw from the very beginning from A New Hope.
Well, it's also interesting too that, like Charles, you're saying when you first saw him and everything, it's like everybody's seeing Luke for the first time, maybe at a different part of that whole journey that he was on. But everybody still comes away with kind of the same feeling, no matter what your entry point into meeting Luke is, seeing him as, somebody, again, that you can relate to, but also somebody on a heroic journey and one that does have growth.
And influence too. I mean, that's the other thing too. Like, as he introduced The Mandalorian had a bit of that too. But we know as the sequel trilogy started, he started his own order, a new order, sort of a rebirth of the order. So he progressed from what we saw in Return of the Jedi, and of course the books. We're talking about the Dark Times right now, before the Mandalorian came along. But there was still an accepted idea that Luke started his own temple and started to train the next generation of Force users, understanding what the importance of that was. And if, like you were saying, Tom, and Pat and Michelle, we all been saying, is that without those different parts of his character, wouldn't necessarily have given him the strength to even launch that and believe in himself enough or in the Force to then help the next generation come through and ultimately help the entire galaxy.
Right.
Completely concur.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yes. Oh boy, this chat is all over the place. So I guess Megan was asking how you make a power converter.
Oh, yes.
And from what I recollect,
yes,
a power converter is it's vodka, Red Bull, peach schnapps, and just a dash of cocaine. From what I hear, I don't know. I've never been to Tashi Station. Oh, pinch. Is a pinch less than a dash?
Yes. You want to get it just right. Season to taste.
All right.
Season to taste.
So
right.
Oh no, this is bad news.
This is bad news.
We can edit this out.
No, absolutely not. This is all live for everybody.
Whoops. Well, I guess there's that. Good night, everybody. Oh man.
Well, Tom and Michelle, it's
Yes.
been an absolute awesome time to have you both on with us and to celebrate our 100th episode.
And to see you after so long.
Exactly. For those who don't know, we spent the
Forgot what
evening
you guys
with
look
Tom
like.
and Michelle.
Well, it's
you're
probably
welcome.
better for them.
I hope you have to sleep tonight.
But yes, we had dinner last night
Yes.
with Tom and Michelle. He made an awesome meal. Rob mixed some amazing drinks. It was great to see Kim and all of us together. It was
Yes.
it was a phenomenal
You were
evening.
driving home this morning, drooling on the
Yes,
steering wheel.
about the lasagna. Hoping I
I had
was
to,
actually
like-
picturing like frozen like chunks of lasagna.
Why did we think of that?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
boy.
it's truly been an honor
But,
for us to be invited to your 100th show.
Not me. I don't care.
Of course, we wouldn't have. Well, we couldn't think of a greater person to invite than Michelle. So,
and thank you for channeling Rob in that one.
I don't care. Oh boy. So, for either of our listeners that don't know you guys, if they wanted to listen to you or watch your YouTubes,
Yes,
and take part in your adventuring,
yes,
where would they find you?
Well, again, thanks for having us
It's
on.
not a trick question. Like, what's your socials, man?
Pat, could you read it off for us, please?
Just a bit of a delay.
Okay,
delay.
The very best place to find them is on their very own website, HyperionAdventurespodcast.com.
Where you can
subscribe to their newsletter.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. HyperionAdventurespodcast.com. We are on all the social medias. We're on Twitter at Hyperion Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest at Hyperion Adventures Podcast. We do have a YouTube channel. Sometimes we do videos, not as much as we'd like, but maybe more in the future. Just find us there, Hyperion Adventures Podcast. We mostly talk Disney now. Okay, I know this is a Star Wars show. Most everybody here is Star Wars fans. We mostly talk Disney, but we do talk a lot about Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge and everything else in the park. And every once in a while, we bring these two chuckleheads on the show to join us.
I was just going to say, well, I wasn't going to call them chuckleheads.
I thought
I
by
was
now
gonna
they'd
say
learned their lesson.
We've had Pat and Charles on our podcast.
Yes, and we always enjoy our
Yes.
time with them, whether it be on the show, whether it's just listening to their show. We are one of those 25 listeners. And
I thought they were two.
two. They're one, they're not two.
no,
Oh,
we
they
all
listen
listen together.
together.
We only get one. So. But guys, again, thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm giving you a hard time, but we love you guys. You guys are fantastic. and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
so
and
much.
all the best.
We love
for
you guys
hundreds and
too.
Hundreds more.
Thank you very much.
Wait, we have to do 100 more of these?
Not tonight.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Hundreds
All
and
right.
hundreds, not just.
Oh,
Exactly.
oh boy, it's a tall order,
Oh my-
Michelle.
It's all.
And if you and I know nothing about tall, it's that. Oh boy. No, honestly, we couldn't have thought of doing this without including you guys, and we appreciate you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you
you
guys are
so
number
much.
one. And thank you. Have a great night, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so
Our
much.
pleasure. Our honor.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh boy. Whew. So we got through Tom and Michelle
Yes.
without like the internet crashing.
No, it was a bit of a delay.
I
But-
mean, there was that thing at the front, but don't worry.
Yeah, it can. It's long forgotten.
Yeah,
Long forgotten.
Yeah, it haunts my dreams.
Yes.
So now we talked about the top 100 characters.
Yes. Yes.
So we've sampled some of those.
yes.
Okay.
Right.
So I think the first one to respond was our very own Podfather Ro.
Well, he wasn't the first, but I put
In
him
my
first.
mind, he was first because he's first on my list. So
fine.
he is the first in my mind. I was told he was first, so he's first. All right. So Ro picked number 5,
That makes sense.
Red 5,
Red 5.
Rojo Cinco.
Ro-
I was
What?
just in Cancun like a couple days ago. so
Oh, what?
it's
That's
Rojo
that's
Cinco's
that language,
Red
right?
5,
Right.
it's
Right. Right. Yeah.
Spanish.
T'as pas dit Saint Rouge.
No.
Okay.
That's not it. So, Ro from Red 5 with number 5. And that's your favorite and mine. Was not
Yes.
your favorite, but he certainly is mine. That is a certain Jedi General Obi-Wan Kenobi
Nice.
was number 5 on the list.
Yes.
So-
Top one. By the way, this is the top 100 characters by Entertainment Weekly. So they ranked all the Star Wars characters from 1 to 100, and
Yes.
we got you guys to select those numbers. So number 5 was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very cool. All right.
Yes. So that's him. Great character.
Right.
I love him. You
Yes.
love him.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't
Who
love
doesn't? Who doesn't? Really?
Well, I can think of somebody. We'll deal with that later. Oh man. Oh,
Yeah,
Rural Farm Boy. There he is.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh
there we
boy.
go.
What's up, man?
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it has been a long time.
Yes, like
sure.
from day one. For
Yeah.
sure. Yes.
Oh yeah, exactly. Before we even knew we were doing a podcast, he
Exactly.
was
We still don't know what we're doing. Look who else just popped in.
Oh, hello there. Well, it's so nice to see you, Tina. It certainly has been a while. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Oh boy. Oh, it's so dirty in here. You should take a bath. Yes. So then, we also have Nicole from Peace, Love, Fandom.
There she is, right there.
She's right there. It looks like a chihuahua on the thing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's okay.
Yeah, opposable thumbs. Anyway, so she picked number 23. And it's kind of a weird thing because 22 and 23 were like tied.
They
were
grouped
merged.
them together. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a pair of people, pair of characters.
Yes.
People.
Yeah.
Yes. It is Chirrut Imwe and Baze Malbus from Rogue One.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes. So, you know, obviously they kind of hang out together the whole time.
So they see them as a pair.
They start out as a pair and they're kind of inseparable.
Right. Exactly.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
To add them
And
together.
they, unfortunately, spoiler alert, they die like very close together too. So.
Bruh.
Well, yeah. Sorry. We can edit this out later.
I thought you said
we can't.
Oh, you can edit yours, but not mine.
Exactly.
Oh,
because I'm doing the work.
Oh, good to know. All right. So then Andrew and Marisha from the Science Fictionary podcast, they picked number 42, Jackie Robinson number.
Well, I would go with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The Jackie Robinson number. So, which of course 42, as everyone knows, according to Entertainment Weekly, 42 is Orson Krennic.
Nice. What a great
and what a great performance.
Yes, and Rogue One again. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Rogue One's dominating these numbers.
Yes.
Okay. So then, Melody Martin.
Yes, from Twitter.
Yes, from Twitter.
Yeah, one of our great followers.
She picked number 19.
Okay.
And number 19 is not everybody's favorite Mandalorian.
Right.
But arguably right now the most popular Mandalorian, Din Djarin.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic number. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess this is the way.
This isn't the way.
Yeah, this isn't the way. For what I say, this isn't
we
the
don't
way.
know. We don't know. All right, that's the first batch of call outs for the top 100. We'll get to some more later on and bring up some names of our friends and followers and people who have submitted their numbers. So let's take a quick look through the chat, see if anybody else has joined us.
Nicole put number 23.
Oh, number 23, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The Chicago native right there. Or at least
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls. I'm not sure if Michael Jordan's from Chicago or not, but you know, the Bulls.
But he was a mainstay in Chicago.
Exactly.
For a good time.
Right. And it's her daughter's birthday. Look at that.
Look at that.
See?
Yeah.
We said hello to Rural Farm Boy. That's a great to
Hello
see
there.
you again. Yes, indeed. And so we are all having a great time here, but we are going to move on to our next guest. We have another specific question we'd like to discuss, and we're bringing on none other than the Podfather himself.
Yes.
And co-host Chantal. How are you guys doing? And wait a second, she's blocking someone in the middle.
No, she's not. It's fine. She'd have to duck down really
let me move
low.
this. No, wait, wrong way.
Oh boy.
There you go.
And I
There. Who put the...
He looks drunk.
I like your handle
go.
there, Shanti. That's nice.
He does look drunk.
That's one thing I know. I drink and I know things.
By the way, seeing you guys on your first stream, all I can say is stick to podcasting.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
First one.
First stream.
We haven't ironed out the kinks yet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bro,
kicked her
thanks
out.
for coming tonight.
Pew, pew, pew.
Whoops. Sorry about that. That was a trigger finger.
That's
Trigger
right.
finger.
Finger.
But congratulations.
Trigger fingers. Right.
Congratulations on 100.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
and one for my homies.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, Josh, I see. Oh, there we go. Jeez.
Wait, can I see that picture behind you, Shanti? Where's your other hand? Why is Pat?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I thought I heard some stories of that night.
What happens at ScarabCon
Fair-
stays at ScarabCon. It's like
That's
Vegas.
true. It's true.
Fair warning, Star Wife.
Our wives are in the chat right now.
And they're watching it live because we can hear them laughing.
Sorry.
Well,
Boy.
they're not adults. They can't handle this stuff.
Not really.
They know we don't want you. They don't even want you.
Yikes.
We're laughing, but we're crying inside.
And how?
That.
Oh boy. Well,
leave it
there's
to
that.
Tina to bring up what everyone's thinking.
Oh, yep.
like how I'm
Wow,
lined
it
up
is
with my
getting
hat.
dirty in here. Oh boy.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
there
is,
you
that is
go.
quite good. Yes, that is
Perfect.
quite-
And I'm finally in frame.
Yeah.
I feel like Mike Wazowski most of the time.
Mike Wazowski.
What are you
Oh, boy.
standing on? What are you standing on in that picture?
My portable ladder, obviously.
It's a little step.
Step stool. My step stool.
Step stool.
He's
There
wearing
you go.
elevator shoes.
I keep it in my backpack.
No.
Elevator shoes, you're too kind. As if that would get me in frame. Oh boy. So
Oh boy.
welcome guys, I guess.
Yes, thank you for joining us on our 100th
Whose
episode.
idea was
Words.
this?
Yours.
Congratulations on 100.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much. Thank you.
Quite a
Yeah,
milestone.
thank you.
We appreciate it.
It is.
Aw.
It is. And thank you
is.
both for shifting both of your shows. I know,
Yes.
Ro, you've you sort of put the Scarif Live on pause tonight for our little moment in the sun.
Oh,
And
I love it.
Chantal, you bumped back at the start of your show, and we really appreciate that. So very much thank you guys for the great support and for the Red 5 Network. I mean, if it wasn't for the Red 5 Network, we wouldn't know many of these people right here tonight. So power to the family.
I blame Ro.
Absolutely.
So you blame.
I mean, they
Red
have the
Five
rest of their
Network then?
lives to regret this, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to ConverSWations, former members of the Red 5 Network.
All right.
So all right. So and we're back.
We're back.
So not to, get down to brass tacks here
Yes.
or to try and stay on topic.
Right. But we do have a topic.
Do you?
Oh, nice.
We do.
Luke Skywalker. This
Luke
is our
Skywalker,
Lukestravaganza.
Yeah, it's our Lukestravaganza. So everything
We
we're
haven't
doing
said
here tonight
one word about the guy yet, but it's our Lukestravaganza.
is our
So
Luke strategy.
that's it's not good.
Okay.
So
It's not good.
no, it's not. It's bad. It's bad news.
Okay.
So, all right. So, the topic for you fine folk,
Yes.
is Luke Prime.
Mm.
Where is Luke Prime in the spectrum of Luke from birth on Polis Masses?
Ooh.
I told you I knew
Look at
stuff.
that deep cut you
Right.
just pulled out
To-
there.
Yep.
Wow.
To his death on Octo.
Wow.
Where
He
is
died?
Luke Prime?
Yes. Very poetically too, by the way.
I mean, there was like John Williams swells in the background. Yeah.
It's part of the EU, Ro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Right.
about
Right. Exactly.
Shanti, you might have to clip that that quote. John Williams swells. That's for your show.
Whoa. Oh my. It's too early for that, guys.
How did this happen?
That
We're
is-
smarter than
We're
this.
smarter than- Oh. But yes, where do you guys think Luca Prime is located in the entire story and the saga?
And
of
what
Star Wars?
makes him Luke Prime?
Yes, what makes him Luke Prime?
Yeah.
That's a loaded question for me. I think I'm not sure if we've seen Luke Prime in cinematic in the overall. cinematic
Oh. This is why he's the podcast.
That's exactly it.
That's
This is why he's
We
here.
haven't seen
like
it
was we have I don't think we've seen it. Obviously the original trilogy we've got a story arc of Luke Skywalker as he we meet him as he's a young man. He's got questions. He learned a little bit about his father and the Jedi, et cetera, et cetera. we start to get peak Luke Skywalker, I think, at the end of Return of the Jedi, but then that was it. Obviously, we have stories in expanded universe material and legends and all that stuff, but cinematically, I don't think we really have seen peak Luke Skywalker, unless you want to count, some stuff that we've seen in The Mandalorian. Everybody losing their mind when he came and rescued Grogu. And let me say this, that because he kicked ass does not make him peak Luke Skywalker. I think, people confuse the fact that, people didn't want to see a Luke, lost on an island, et cetera, et cetera. He was peak in that movie. It's not about kicking ass. I think, like I said, I think we start to see peak Luke Skywalker towards the end of the Return of the Jedi. And, even before the prequels, before the sequels, obviously, we had some stories of Luke and Leia and everyone going out to the galaxy to try to create a new republic. And I think somewhere in there might be the sweet spot for peak Luke Skywalker, because at that moment, he's learned a lot from about what it is to be a Jedi and what it is to be, a force, no pun intended, in the galaxy to kind of bring people together.
Nice.
All right.
Nice, Ro.
Wow. Damn.
Shanty is on it.
Yes, it's on the sauce for sure. So what do you think? What do you think, Chantal? What's your version?
I don't know how to read. So I don't know
how to read.
I don't know how to read. So
I don't know how to
read.
We didn't send you notes, so that's okay.
I don't read them anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ask Ro.
She does it.
I don't. I really don't. Luke Prime, that's the new Transformer. For me, it actually is Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
All right. Just because he's...
I mean, he's a little bitch in A New Hope. Yeah, he's a little bitch in A New Hope. Oh, I'm sorry. Can we curse on here? My bad.
She's
Empire.
Yes, absolutely.
You're
good.
His way.
Yes.
And then the sequel trilogy.
You've got like fans.
So.
It's going quite well in your first live.
Well, here we are.
That's why we front loaded you guys.
Oh,
front loaded.
Oh
man. What's
Jesus. There's no words. That's what she said. Could follow with her.
No.
Yes.
What's below rock bottom?
Whale poo.
You.
No, that's us.
Okay, got it.
Exactly. See? There's whale poo, and then there's you. Right. So, what do you think? What do you think is Prime Luke?
I didn't know I was going to be asked.
Well, I
agree with Ro. I feel like he's on the upward swing in the end of Jedi and in Mando, and he's certainly gained a lot of. Go Giants! I mean, did they even make the playoffs? I don't even think so. Anyway,
wow.
So I don't whatever. So anyway, he's on the upward swing.
I was told there was no sports.
What is
even
this?
In Mando and all.
It's a bait and switch.
Okay, he was on the rise. Okay, picture a bell curve. No,
never mind.
It's science.
Yes.
Don't do it. And math.
That's bad. Go for it.
Don't
That was
do
good.
No, so he's gaining that power, that mastery of the Force, but we still don't see him at mastery level. I mean, he's certainly good with a lightsaber and good with Force tin can crunching.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to see him really in his prime would be him, having that Zen state that he has later on.
Yeah.
But also teaching and meditating and really kind of strengthening that connection with the Force that caused him to have that meteoric rise to Jedi Knight.
Well, first of all, Ro, I think you brought up a great point. It's has we seen
ridiculous picture behind her?
Yeah, no. have we seen Luke Prime yet? That's a fantastic question. And like to try and choose a spot that is, have we seen that yet in The Mandalorian, like you said, or in the movies? My concept of Prime Luke was, oh wow. Let me just highlight a comment here from this one of the Star Wives, Kelly here. When's Luke Prime? When he dies. That's wow. And to stir the pot even more, here's Cam coming in here.
Oh,
Cam's back.
Oh.
Oh boy. Well,
But what I'd say though, I mean, from my perspective, before thinking about this,
she left. Oh boy.
Luke Prime for me was like when he started the temple. I think that it's like he realized his peak. He realized what he had to do. He was potentially at the height of his, or at least at the peak where he needed to be able to teach younglings and the next generation of Jedi, just like we were talking with Tom and Michelle. That to me was Prime Luke's. Like, not only have you sort of reset the galaxy and we're in a good spot, there's work to be done, but hey, let's open a school and get the next generation of Jedi going, because at this point there was none left. And to me, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty top level mark for him to hit.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
And if there's anything we've learned from, The Last Jedi, it's that untrained Force users only become janitorial staff.
Oh, God. Nick has an interesting point regarding Prime Luke. He says that
okay, let me go and find this here.
Yeah, he doesn't know how he feels about seeing Prime Luke in what does he say? Book of Boba Fett? No.
Oh, whoops, that's not the one. Let me go up to that one.
What?
There it is.
There he goes. Here we go.
Yeah. So and that's interesting because I think if you watch Luke's, I don't know, his control of the Force, I think we definitely see Prime Luke in that. There's a certain aspect of his character where he comes in, commanding the situation, his control of his lightsaber, his fighting style, it's very precise. And I think at that moment, he's right in that. I don't know if it's the middle spot of Luke being a Prime Luke or what, but there's definitely a difference between that Luke and then the last time we saw him in Return of the Jedi at the end, where he's just starting to kind of be able to relate to the Force and how to use it. I don't even think he even knows how to use the Force at the end of Return of the Jedi. He knows the concept and he knows the theory, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that either, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix because, like you said, is it going to be are you going to take those different parts? Has he crested yet? Like, you're pretty much guaranteed he's on that uprise and that swing, but has he hit that peak yet? And you're right. Are we able to? Which one do you want to show? Oh, the Camry one. There you go. Oh, you got to click on it once. Let me see.
Oh, I clicked twice.
Oh, okay.
That's why I can't be trusted.
But yeah, I think that combination of factors is beyond the Force, beyond lightsabers, beyond skill and training. It's what makes that peak come up, and that's the interesting part. And how maybe we'll see more of that. They've already taken those steps to introduce them in various different parts, and that's a pretty interesting part as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaps to fill.
Yes.
Stop.
That's what she said.
Stop it. I knew it. Jeez.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't even know what to.
Get his graphic off. You're gonna get flagged by Disney.
Yeah, we're gonna get canceled.
This comment makes me discordant. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, it does. Oh boy,
I'm gonna mail him a thesaurus.
What's another word for thesaurus? Yeah. So Prime Luke. Yeah, it's a complicated question.
I like the idea of Prime Luke.
Yeah.
And I want to see it.
Okay.
We see some flashbacky stuff.
Yeah.
When he's got little Ben there in the hut.
Yes.
And just the whole situation like explodes the hut. And
Yes. Oh yeah.
So
well,
like just
yes.
that like imbued force power is pretty cool. But I don't think we've seen Luke Prime
Right.
outside of Transformers, obviously.
Right. Clearly. Transformers.
Jedi in disguise.
There we go.
Oh,
I think Pat says so since it's here. I forgot to what the word says.
oh, I mean, I'm a pretty insincere guy.
Yeah. Well, that's what we like.
Shut
it.
up.
See? You're spending too much time with Rob.
Oh, he's not the good guest.
Oh man.
Okay. So yeah, that's my hopes is that
Yeah.
we still see Luke Prime
Same here.
in some regard.
Right. And there's that, when we see him in those flashbacks with the Hutt and Kylo Ren, he's already, or at least Ben Solo at this point, sort of maniacal, whatever side you're looking at from that flashback. I think he's already sort of coming down the other side where things are starting to get out of control. So there's somewhere in that sweet spot that, is it when he's there with Grogu and they're doing a little spinning thing? Is that Prime Luke? I don't know. I mean, but yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what they come up with some of the stuff that's coming up. I mean, there's some logical parts where we could see some of the Disney Plus series that are coming out in the next year or 2 years that Luke could be brought in as a side character, or at least to sort of progress the story,
Or an animated form.
or that too.
Yeah.
Right. Uh-huh.
It's
That'd be cool.
It's definitely
Very
a
cool.
shame that we
Uh-huh.
are not going to be getting Prime Luke with Mark Hamill.
I know.
It's I think
yeah.
I think it's too late. I mean, there was a period in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens that something could have happened. Everybody's getting up there in age, and we're losing actors, and it's just a shame. I think at this point, Luke Skywalker is probably relegated to either being recast or, like you said, in animated form. But I'm not sure how fans would react to a recasting original, character actors.
I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I think I'm on the fence with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that even though with Solo, I think it worked. I think the management. I think there's never going to be a chance where you're going to please everybody in that sense, and that's unfortunately the hard part of it is that you're probably never going to succeed 100%.
Unless you like the Resistance, then you're 100% pleased.
Yeah, ask Josh.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I see.
You still owe me an episode.
The live chat.
Yes.
Yes.
The special guests.
Yes.
I think this is all a bad idea.
As an OCD and your chat, this is probably the worst idea, but we have to keep the chat alive. So exactly.
Welcome to live show.
Right. Okay.
It's usually another.
Yes,
another show in the
exactly.
chat.
Can I sit in the corner?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You're done for the night.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. It was an absolute joy to have you on, and we couldn't do this without you and you both and the Red 5 Network, and what joy it's brought to us. And we really appreciate you carving out some time and bumping your show and also moving your show. It means a lot to us, and we're really appreciative.
Not a problem.
No worries. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, we love the fact that you guys are celebrating 100 episodes. Big congratulations, and you bless us with your presence here and your tomfoolery and your shenanigans and all the scuttlebutts.
It does say ConverSWations here, right?
It does.
I do know who you're talking.
Yes, but this is sincere.
Just sincere.
Where can people find you guys? Not that anybody should have any problems at all finding you guys. You guys are everywhere. Right. Well, because you don't listen to podcasts. Right? So where can you guys...
I listen to podcasts. I just have no social presence.
Right.
Usually my picture's up at the post office. You can find me there.
Yeah.
I was at a rest
stop. There must be a delay.
And they had the missing...
You guys have a bit of a delay. Yes.
They had the missing people thing on the board at the rest stop.
Okay.
And it was like last seen traveling with. I was like...
Traveling.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about
I don't
that
know.
one.
As long as I don't cross state lines.
Oh my goodness.
That's why we have to go to Chicago all the time.
Right.
Mhm.
That's why there'll
Yeah.
never be a Scarif Con down here.
That's right.
It's okay. It's worth the
Oh,
trip.
man.
Exactly.
And everyone, both of you that are listening and watching, it's worth the trip. Go to Scarif Con.
It is worth the trip. Look how much fun we had. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Exactly.
That's a
Exactly.
lot of fun
Buttons
in
are
that
That is-
photo.
that is
Place.
fun.
It's all crammed in that one.
Yeah. Yes. And Pat's wearing his I Got the High Ground shirt right there.
Oh, and he's on a stool,
See?
proving that he does once again have the high ground, despite them shorter than both of them. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no
Both
problem.
buttons, that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, you guys can be found on all podcatchers and all that kind of
You
stuff,
guys are
right?
great at this.
I think it's the delay.
Yes, can't you
It is
tell?
the delay.
The delay. It's like you're expecting to laugh.
is the
because
delay.
I'm like,
I
I'm
know,
like,
and
Are
it's
we
like,
not funny?
Delay the
I
Do we
know.
not amuse you?
I was like, oh my god, man, these jokes are not landing.
I know.
Anywho,
Oh
you
boy.
can find me causing chaos on Twitter at Selena Kyle 29. And then, of course, you can find Scarif After Dark on Twitter,
Oh, boy.
Instagram, and TikTok. So have at it.
Check it.
There's the delay. Look at Sarah.
But congratulations
boy.
on 100 episodes. We're
Yes,
looking
congrats,
forward
guys.
to another 100 episodes.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's quite a milestone. And you guys are fantastic. As soon as you guys drop an episode, I'm always right there listening to it, driving to and fro because, I teased you guys online the other day. It's 100%, true that I laugh every minute and a half when I listen to you guys. So it's very lovely. You guys, Michelle said it last time. You guys
Nice.
are a blessing to the Star Wars and podcast community, and we're blessed to have you on the Red 5 Network.
Mhm. And I hope
Well, thank
that
you
when
so
you
much.
hit,
and
and
we
I hope when
couldn't
you
be
hit
happier to be
200
here.
episodes,
Mm.
you have 4 listeners instead of 2.
Yes.
This delay is the best.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
We'll double our efforts.
We'll double our efforts. Thank you both for joining us. Have a great night.
Oh my gosh.
The delay is so bad. We're already talking about episode 200.
I know.
It's not my fault. He told me to fix the delay. It's not my fault.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats,
boy.
guys. Love you both.
All right. Have a great night. Thank
Bye.
you. Love you
Thank
guys. Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Woo! Yes, we got a delay here, so we're gonna have to work that into.
Do
the
we
live
have the
show.
delay or did they have the delay?
I think could be just. I was like,
Stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's a road that we don't want to go down.
No.
No.
I just think it's all. Who knows what it is, but
It's all a bunch of mystical.
right. I don't understand that. It's like
nonsense.
Cam and the way he took over our show. You don't know any of that.
He messed it up.
That's
It's
it.
all
It was
him.
going fine until he did that.
It was going fine. It was like 3 seconds in. Oh boy. So unfortunately we had a friend that could not join us
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
Our friends over at the Black Spire broadcast were not able to come. David and Mary, of course.
Right.
It's Mary's birthday today, so they had more important stuff than a couple of schmucks.
Yes.
So happy birthday, Mary, and we love you. Can't wait to see you and talk to you guys again.
Yes.
Soon.
Happy birthday for sure.
Yes, indeed. And to celebrate your birthday, we'll do one of our trivias.
Ooh, first trivia
Yeah,
giveaway.
first
Woo-hoo!
trivia of the night.
All right.
There's 3.
There's 3. This is the
Three,
first. Yeah.
just like a typical trilogy.
Right.
Well, every trilogy. There's
Well,
3.
unless you're talking about again Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is a trilogy in 4 parts. That's what Andrew and Marisha were talking about 42. But anyways, go ahead.
But-
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry
but
about
no,
it. This is Star Wars trilogy.
Jackie Robinson. No,
Yeah.
so for our first giveaway, which is it's this.
Yes, one of
It's
these
this.
T-shirts.
It's
Yes.
the T-shirt. This is the T-shirt one. Okay, so our trivia question, and I believe this goes to the first one that gets this right.
Correct. The first
Yes.
answer in the chat that gets this trivia question right will be we'll contact and we'll get all the sizing things squared away. We'll ship you one of these T-shirts. There's only going to be one other one made.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we'll be yanked from the project.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that being said, the question is, what role did Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker,
Right,
for those
right.
that don't know, there he is. So over there.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Luke. So what role did Mark Hamill ask to be released from in order to play Luke in Star Wars? What project was he otherwise attached to?
Ah, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So there we go.
He didn't realize my chair lifted so high. You think I'm a fool? This is my first time sitting in a chair? Come on. It's like, yeah, I got it.
So there we go. Luna Girl, thank you very much. Luna Girl just posted the question in the
Yes.
chat. So we are going to do a second batch of our top 100 characters.
Is this the bid batch?
No, this is tick.
Okay. Right.
So our first submission for the second part of, or part 2 of the 100 characters, we got 66 from Rural Farm Boy. Quite the impressive number. What did that
Wow.
come out to be? 9 num.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
Dragon Buddy. Nailed it.
Whoa, Dragon Buddy. There we go.
Yeah.
Looks like that might be it. And in a close second,
Yes.
it was Scarif. Wow.
Yes.
But maybe Lunar Girl can help us. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon Buddy.
Okay.
There we
He was
go.
first with 3 exclamation points. That's pretty solid authority right there.
That's 3 exclamation points for the trilogy.
Right. Exactly.
There we go. Yes, indeed. All right. Fantastic. So Dragon Buddy will be in touch with you for that. So yes, a Rural Farm Boy with number 66. That came out to be 9 num.
Yes.
Our second one from a Red 5 Network show, Alan at Grave Reviews.
Yes.
Yeah. He chose number 29, and that was Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yes. What a great
That's a
character.
fantastic character.
You know what I can't wait for?
What?
Seeing him in live action.
Oh, yes. He's been a fantastic character in the books, but also a fantastic character in the in Rebels,
Yeah.
and quite the cliffhanger with into that show. That's gonna be fantastic to go through.
Yes.
Next up, we have another Red 5 Network show. Used and Abused. If you're Used and Abused podcast,
Used and Abused.
Used and Abused.
You
podcast.
might be.
You might be.
Listen, I'm a mandatory reporter, so don't come at me with that. Okay. Yeah.
Used and Abused. Scott and Kim, they submitted us number 71, and that turns out to be Sebulba.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The pod race is one of the cornerstone action sequences of the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, but what a dirtbag.
Well, yeah, he's a dirtbag, but still a pretty cool character.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
He's a Doug.
And he's a Doug. Yeah.
He's a Doug.
Not the dog, though. Not Doug.
No,
okay.
not that Doug. That's me tonight.
Squirrel.
I'm like,
Yes.
oh look, words, awesome. I know it's terrible.
Oh, look who we have in the house. Look at this. Oh boy.
Oh,
Todd Hoffman's in the
Get to
house.
him in a sec.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
we're gonna
boy.
get to this one very shortly. And last but not least, our winner, our first winner of the night, Dragon Buddy, sent in number 80.
Yes.
That's General Hux.
Ah, he makes awesome cheese sandwiches.
He does make awesome cheese sandwiches.
It's our head cannon.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
We're working on a commercial.
But
Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
But
it's
what
fine.
a character though in Force Awakens. My
Yeah.
extremely
I
like
know.
spine tingling.
Who knew a Weasley could be so threatening?
Thanks, Rob.
It's a grapefruit spoon.
There you go. Serrated grapefruit spoon. Boom. There you go. All right. So what's up
Yes.
next? What do we got coming up next?
Well. We have another guest. Guests.
Guests.
Okay.
Yes.
You may know them as Big T, Little T. I refer to them as Big T, Bigger T.
Wow. there you go.
Because
yeah, they're both. Yeah.
they know.
Yeah.
They know the crux of the joke.
Right.
The cornerstone is that I'm
Right.
not tall.
The hinge. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Without further ado.
without further ado, here are Todd and Trent from Big T, Little T.
How
What's
are
up,
you
guys?
doing?
Good.
Woohoo!
Happy 100.
Thank you so much. That was
Oh,
awesome.
boy.
So Trent, being like the powerhouse of the show, how does it like how do you work with your dad to make the show better? Because you're obviously cooler and you got just that gusto. I mean, we're always really impressed the way that you're able to bring your dad up on your shows. It's a thing that Pat and I are always trying to learn. We'd love to learn your secret one day.
Probably out of 200. I probably have
love
to
this
do
kid so much.
Oh, after 200, he'll give
After
you-
200.
Not after 200.
He'll be 40.
Yeah. You'll be old man Luke's by then, man. Yeah.
Oh man.
I'll tell you this.
I'm already there.
I just try to make corny jokes and try to make everybody laugh.
Yeah, there you go.
I try to make corny jokes.
That's right.
That's the bread and butter
That's
right there.
That's the formula.
That's what they do almost all the time. So
Oh man.
Almost.
Oh, well, I mean, sometimes we'd make highbrow jokes.
Yeah.
They never land.
They did. So we got a topic for them, don't we?
I think so. Yes, we do. So, obviously with you guys being father and son, and the topic of our Lukestravaganza being Luke,
Yes.
we wanted to discuss the relationship between Luke and Vader or Anakin, as it were, and how they impact each other, really.
yeah, that's super huge. Obviously, it's a big part of the trilogy. And obviously, there's the big line, the big drop in Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
I'm your father. It's like, what?
He's like, what? No, you're not. You don't look like
No,
anything like my
more was
father."
like, no. Yeah,
You're more machine than man now. Yes.
It's a huge thing.
Like Luke, like in that moment, emotional damage. He has emotional damage at that last second. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he
boy.
did definitely have emotional damage.
Yeah, he had emotional
He had so much
damage.
emotional damage, he decided just to fall to his death. He's like,
That would be. Imagine he just grabs his sand and he's like, he throws his sand out. Emotional damage.
yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
It's a big one. I think it really plays out obviously in Return of the Jedi.
Exactly.
So I think that's where you see a lot of what Luke feels for his father. He still feels the good in him in the Force. When everybody else is telling him, dude, this guy's like a mass killer and a Sith Lord, and he's kind of a bad guy, but Luke sees something different. And I think that's where it's very important, I think.
Yes.
Love of the father, love of son. Yeah. Yeah. I think family knows you best.
Right.
And I think that's a big thing, right?
Yes. That's really true.
What do you think?
Yes, I said yes. Don't make me go over your belt. I
agree, Dad.
Yeah, I think that's where
So
yeah, I think that's it's the love of Luke that brings Anakin back.
Yes,
and,
that's true actually.
Yeah. And that's tough. I mean, it's tough when everybody else is telling you that's not the right answer. You know what I'm saying? So that's big,
The chat's just ridiculous. And that's what the interesting part of relationships is where you can have that impact that the father gives the son and how he influences the son.
Nice.
But then how the son can also bring him back from his darkness.
Right.
And they kind of both help. Like Tina said, they can influence each other in such a way that it's impactful and that they can change the course of either of their fates.
Right.
You know?
And that's also with not even knowing. I mean, they're just literally coming together for the first time.
Yeah, I think too, it's like,
go ahead, Todd.
Anakin was such a leader in the Clone Wars, and we see that, and he's got all this potential, and then he gets lured by the devil of the Emperor to try something that is not totally accurate of what he's thinking is going to save Padme, and he's duped. And then the rest of the time he's got a lot of guilt and a lot of remorse and anger that just kind of suppresses who he is. And then it takes his son, the love of his son, to like bring that old person back, which is Anakin, which is huge. It's huge. Yeah. And I think one of the biggest things, and I think we talked about this before, is like choices are a big thing. And like, Luke chose to be like, that this is my dad. Like Luke chose that. And Vader at the end chooses to say, I'm more than a machine. I am this man, and that's my son. And the Emperor doesn't see it. And I think that's the best part about the trilogy.
That's the fun thing when just Darth Vader just almost sacrificed his life.
Yeah.
That's picking up the...
I mean, he's doing like gorilla press.
He's like bench pressing, like...
Yeah.
Imagine he's just bench pressing on the railing. Then he just tells him, that was a good workout.
Yeah. That was a good workout. Vader, he's Vader from
right.
He's Vader from the Power of the Force.
Vader's getting swole, bro.
Could you imagine if Vader did like an Ultimate Warrior thing, like he took the railing and it's like, and then he threw him over?
Yes. Be awesome. This is back to the WWE stuff.
Exactly.
I love it.
There we go. I
love it. Yeah.
And when we see the end of it, and when Vader sees what the Emperor is doing to Luke, and he tosses him over, like we talked about, and then he takes off his mask, and he wants to see his son with his own eyes finally before he does die. That circle comes back, and it took like a movie, basically a half and a half of the movie, and it's like as a ending of that. What better bookend to that trilogy than that moment? And forevermore, we seeing the funeral pyre and Luke experiencing that loss of his father, who he just got to know, while painful, is still so impactful, but still such a beautiful moment.
Yeah, I mean, their time is very short. I mean,
Correct.
It's very short, but it's something that impacts Luke and what he wants to do going further. Yeah. It's a shame. I think it's a shame,
totally
though.
true. And then I think that
with like Luke saw some of that with Kylo, and it's like he put on the brakes real quick. I think it's fear. It's fear that unfortunately unravels Luke there with Kylo. So it's the same thing with Vader. He was fearful of losing Padme, and he goes down a different path. And same thing with Luke. He loses sight. As much as you can say about The Last Jedi, he loses sight, and it's the fear that drives him away from Kylo.
There's actually a part in the the Oculus Quest, I think. There's a part where there's a Star Wars game, I forget what the name is called, but it's basically
Vader Immortal.
I think I haven't played my Oculus in a long time. But when when like the last level, he's like,
I don't have an Oculus.
He has it's like a pyramid, almost like a little pyramid, but like he's trying to summon Padme, like he's trying to summon Padme, and he was so close. Then he gets so mad, and we had to fight him. It was super. It was interesting. Like Padme's like he's like Padme says, "I love you for who you are." It's like, or like how and like Padme and like then Darth Vader's like, "Yeah."
Wow.
And he's like, "I'm gonna try to bring you back. No matter what, I'm gonna try to bring you back, but then I destroy it."
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously Vader, like Anakin's lust for that power.
That I destroy.
Yeah, I think it's the lust for the power for his power that he doesn't even know what he's doing to Padme.
Yes.
You know, he's like,
he has no clue what the crap he's doing. He
yeah,
has, like,
I think,
no clue.
yeah, I think it's just he gets locked in.
He's like, I need to bring her back, or else I will not. If I don't, I am gonna.
well,
literally...
it's yeah, we do. I mean, we do stupid stuff when we're angry.
Yes.
You know, and we also do stupid stuff when we're in fear.
Right.
And I think one of the things that we forget, you know, a lot of times, like, you know, like in our faith, it's like, oh, you know, like, I don't think God can do this, so I'm going to try something else on my own. And it's like, you know what? God's bigger than you, and he can do anything he wants. And the same thing with the Force. It's like, Luke is scared with Kylo to say, oh, he can't. I seen the Vader. I seen him, the Force kind of change Vader. I know he's got good in him. And there's like this little evil part that is in Kylo, and he gets scared. He's like, oh no, you know, it's happening again.
He's like,
and he loses sight. And I think that's sometimes what we do too. We lose sight, and we should be, you know, stay the course. And sometimes we just get kind of distracted.
yeah, it's basically like a dog looking at a butterfly. Ooh, butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I trying to do again?
Or Pat with the chat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pat in the chat.
Pat with the chat.
Do I see chat in the chat? No, he's not there.
What's the next question? I don't know.
There's like words and stuff. Oh man. Oh boy. So yeah, I guess we're on track.
Yeah,
I think.
we got some fantastic wise words from both Todd and Trent. And
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for coming on tonight and
Absolutely.
really delving into this pretty deep topic. And you guys, of course, hit home run right here. And it was such a great thing for us to not only see you guys in person at Scarif Con, but also have you guys celebrate with us for the 100th episode. It really means a lot.
I mean, it was great seeing you guys.
And I think ultimately,
yeah, that was a highlight of definitely last year. Trent still talks about you, so that's scary. And so, but we appreciate you guys so much.
How is it scary?
I'm just being funny.
I will literally shave your beard off and I'll grab one here.
Oh my gosh! So it's so nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
nice.
Trent, in all honesty,
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, finish the chat.
Oh, Trent, in all honesty, thank you for the ladder. Now that you don't need it anymore,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll gladly accept it. I mean, this is just a wonderful gift. And we had such a great time over there with everybody and connecting with people that we'd interacted with only like behind screens before.
Exactly.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like the real
Interpersonal
thing.
phenomenal.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So thanks for being the real thing, fellas.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being a real person yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining us. And it
Thank
was
you, guys.
phenomenal having you guys share with our special night here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy 100 again.
Have a
guys.
great night.
So proud of you guys. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Keep the laughs going.
See ya. Bye.
Thanks
so much.
Bye.
Oh boy.
Well, that was cool.
Big T and bigger T. All right. Perfect.
Big T,
So,
bigger T, yes.
Wow. I said what I said.
Yeah.
So I guess there's the chat's blowing up.
Yes, the chat.
Apparently I'm neglecting guests, but that's okay.
It's one thing I didn't think of is you and the distraction of the chat, like talking.
You've known me
chat,
how
talking.
long?
This is true. That was my mistake. Yeah, so let's take a look at the chat here. We've got a whole mess of people going off on tangents.
There is a whole mess.
Yes, there's a
It's
large
mostly
mess.
right here.
Yes. Let me see here. We got Nick making a comment here. Pat, if you're reading this, you're neglecting your guests. This is it in the microcosm right here. We got
right.
stay
Yes,
on topic.
they're
Stay
there.
on topic.
I don't. But it's not on topic.
It's not on topic.
Oh boy. Cake.
Oh boy. Yes.
We had cake.
We did have cake. We had cake. We had 100.
So
yes.
So our lovely wives, the star wives, and my mother-in-law.
Yes.
She went and grabbed it all.
Yeah.
So we had cake and balloons.
Yes.
For our 100th.
That was fantastic.
I know.
And I brought stuff into here, and I bypassed the kitchen, and I was putting stuff in, and Kelly was like, "Did you see the cake?
Did you want to?" And then you were like, cake.
Cake?
I know.
Wait a second. There's cake. Yeah. Let's get out of here." Yes, but that was very, very nice. It was very touching, and we took pictures, and I think we've already posted one of them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because Ro had posted something. Yeah, so we'll definitely put some of those pictures up. It was very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yes. We have our giveaway number 2.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got another question coming up. So we already have one winner, and that's DB. He won the shirt. Yes. So now we've got question number 2 coming up. So first answer wins. This
that's
one is
for
up for this one here. That's Echo.
Echo?
Right? Echo?
Yeah.
Yeah. From the Bad Batch. Yeah. Yeah.
There he is.
Pivotal moment in the Bad Batch. So I'm not going to say any spoilers if you've seen it, but it's
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Oh, me.
Yes, you're the.
Oh, yes.
I didn't write them. You did.
Got it. I did write them. Okay, so who was the only OG Star Wars actor to play a role in every Star Wars film to date? And what were his or her roles?
I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't know the answer to this.
No, you don't.
So
you think you do.
I know, but I made a mistake on it when I tried to answer it.
You did.
So Lunar Girl put that in the chat.
Yes, it's in the chat.
There. Well, they don't see the chat.
Oh, they don't see the chat.
No, we're in.
I thought everybody saw the chat.
They do, but
now I just look like a doofus looking off to the side.
Yes, absolutely. You're looking to the side, and it's not even the same place where the actual chat is.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, it's there, I guess.
All right. Okay, so we're going to do. You got another batch of top 100 characters, right?
I think so. Yes,
you do.
I do.
All right.
All right. Perfect. So, how did he get in here?
Are you serious?
Who let Cam pick a number?
He was first to answer, actually. So
that doesn't mean
I didn't know he was going to do what he did tonight. I didn't know.
Cam Ray of Cam Ray Semi Productions on YouTube. He picked number 1 because, of course, he would pick number 1. And that is Leia Organa.
Wow, so she's the number 1 character in the Entertainment Weekly Top 100.
I suppose so.
Well, it was written there. I read them and signed them. So according to Entertainment Weekly, she is the number 1 character.
Right.
All right.
Which is fascinating
to me. It is quite.
I mean, certainly iconic.
Yes, absolutely. Like, a fantastic character.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, into the garbage chute, Flyboy. Exactly. Like, she doesn't need some stormtroopers to come rescue her.
Yeah, she's kicking butt, not taking questions or answers. Nothing. Or names. She's just
exactly.
Through.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh boy. So we also have Nick from Backyard TARDIS, who's been quite active in critiquing my online presence here. And he also hosts Adventures in Locksmithing.
That's true. That's
which is way more entertaining than Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, he broke that. Yeah, that channel fizzled for you. I know you tried to launch that, but that was fine. But yes.
I'm a terrible babysitter. Worse than Mando.
No, there you go.
He picked number 85. Okay.
All right.
And 85 is Maz Kanata.
Wow, very cool.
Of course.
Yeah.
Maz over there from
See into your eyes.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad, actually.
Yeah. You feeling okay?
Yes.
You know, lozenge?
No.
Okay.
I was just telling my.
I have a lozenge. Then Adam Goswick.
Yes.
Cam, you know Adam, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. He is from the From a Certain Point of View podcast, if you didn't know, and if you don't listen to them, if you didn't listen to them, they've got a bunch of wonderful episodes.
They do.
He's a little tied up right now,
yeah,
but he's got a great backlog.
Yeah.
Anyway, he picked number 10, and number 10 was Your favorite and my favorite administrator of Cloud City, Lendl Calrissian.
Nice.
Ah,
All
yes. So, look, we're getting people.
Oh,
People are getting in on it.
oh, wait, this.
Yeah, what's this?
Okay.
That's
close.
most of it.
Yeah, so we'll give you guys
Okay.
a hint here. It's
Most of
yeah,
it.
This where is it now?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so Lunar Girl's got it. She says it still has to be answered. And
Right.
here's the question asked
Okay.
again.
So the question asked again is this one on the screen,
Yes.
and we've got a couple answers. And to
Oh
hasten
yes. Yeah.
hasten things up, maybe. Solo.
Ooh, there's a hint. Pat just
Solo.
dropped a hint right there. Solo. So these two are correct, but it's not yet complete. So Solo
Right.
is the hint.
Right.
All right. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Scott. Oh, we got an answer here.
Used and abused. Talking Solo also. Yep. There you go.
Scott from Used and Abused. There we
you
go.
go.
We
That's
have
it.
a winner. Ding,
We
ding, ding, ding,
do.
ding.
Winner.
We couldn't afford the bell thing. So I just
Kashiki and
did it.
fried pork dinner,
Ooh,
baby.
nice. winner, Kashiki and fried pork.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So, yes. So,
One last one.
yeah, we do have. Oh boy.
Our wives are watching this show in the other room live on the screen.
I hope there's no priceless artifacts for them to break.
Yeah, and there is a
Thank
delay.
God. It's a fake.
It's a fake.
Well, it's talk.
Yes.
Talk is
Talk.
the TAK is the correct spelling.
Right.
And he was one of the slaves in Kessel.
Right. Yes.
When all the Wookiees are on, he's a
Right.
human
Right.
character, but he was one of the slaves on Kessel as well. So that was Talk, played by Anthony Daniels.
Correct.
Because he
Correct.
wasn't C-3PO in Solo.
That's true. He was
C-3PO wasn't in. So he was in Rogue One. But not
Yes,
Solo.
but not Solo.
Right.
Very big
So
distinction.
there's
So
that.
that's a very tricky
Yes.
question. Very cool though.
Yes. So yeah. So that's the answer for that. So
I gave this one to you because I didn't want to have to handle it.
Bernadette Serafini, one of the Star Wives, also picked a number. Her number was number 3. And, number 3 was Yoda. So she picked Yoda. And good night, everybody.
We are expecting the internet to go down any second, right?
If you won't be needing me.
Or objects flying through the door.
Oh, boy.
She picked number 3 and it lined up
I
with Yoda.
didn't.
We had nothing to do with
nothing to do with it.
It's Entertainment Weekly's fault.
Yeah, we'll blame them.
Ugh.
Who put C-3PO so far down on the list?
Yeah, that was quite surprising. Yeah.
Luke Skywalker's number 7.
But Yoda number 3, that was a total fluke.
That's some baloney.
Fluke.
Oh, we need to talk to him.
Yeah. All right. So what's next here?
Well, our imminent doom.
Yes,
what's next.
this is very true.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so well then, now it's all right. Where Gene guy?
Oh, Gene guy.
like Gene Shorts guy?
No, I think the Gene guy from.
Oh, it was in the in Mando.
Yes, exactly.
Gene the T-shirt guy.
Yes.
I love that guy. Oh boy.
Yes. But we have some guests coming.
We do, and they're in the green room right now.
Literally, it's a green room right now.
You know why?
Yes.
That's the lightsaber in the background.
Well, exactly.
Oh,
I know that
no.
voice.
That's a voice you've not heard since 10 minutes ago. That being said, the next group we have it's not a group, it's twosome. Always two there are. Most Things Kenobi. Greetings, Most Things Kenobi. We have Leanne and Lauren here.
Hello. Hi, guys. We've been dying backstage laughing at it. It's so
I've
funny.
been texting each other like, we're just dying laughing. They're just hilarious. We could sit here and watch this all night.
Well, it's going to take all night to get through this, so
Yes.
you're in luck. Oh, boy.
Hey,
So how are you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. Congratulations on you.
congrats,
This is
guys.
fantastic.
Thank you very much. Very much. Thank you very much.
And you're
Yes,
together.
I mean,
You're in the same room together.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I mean, we're not together. I mean,
I didn't
bro,
mean it that
we're
way.
not together.
And
Not that there's, yeah, that's fine.
And
whatever.
for a moment, Cam was here. Cam was literally right here, and he took over this spot.
I don't know about that.
We have body double.
Pretty convincing, Charles, I must say.
Exactly. See?
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh
Good to
boy.
see y'all again.
Well,
Really.
Yeah, it's great to
Well,
see
thank
you.
you. Yes, and thank you for joining us tonight. Before we get into the topic, I just wanted to bring something up that Leanne had a huge announcement just this very end of this past week.
Yes. Well, I mean, we'll let her announce.
Yes. Yeah.
I still don't even believe it's real, but StarWars.com somehow found me and said, "Do you want to speak?" Because I'm an atmospheric scientist, outside of the podcast. And they're like, "Would you like to speak on a science and Return of the Jedi panel?" And I was like, "Me?" And the panel was approved, and Lauren and I booked our tickets. We're going, and I'm speaking. So
We're going to
celebration, it's
baby.
I'm excited.
That is fantastic. Congratulations. That is amazing.
Thank you. It was really something.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna be
That's
so
fantastic.
obnoxious in the audience.
Well, good, because I can't lose my voice like I do at every other con. So
I'm gonna get an air horn and be that
Yeah, I mean-
obnoxious American in the British
Oh!
audience.
Yes.
actually, if it was a Darth Vader no air horn, that would be appropriate as hell.
I would hate myself if I did that. I would never forgive myself.
That'd be so cool. Anyway, this isn't about us. This is about you guys.
Oh, we got to watch the live stream.
Yeah. Well, we had to
Well-
bring that up. That is fantastic news. We're so happy for you.
Thank you. It's really cool of you.
Oh
Thank you.
my God. Sorry, I'm.
So
Yes.
before we get to the topic again, we just want to show my wife Bernadette finally heard the part of her number being chosen, and
Oh, yeah.
she has this to say about that.
And then the Vader air horn.
Yes, and here's the
No.
horn.
Now I'm gonna throw myself.
No,
off the tower bridge.
no. Right.
She's going to
Wait.
throw us off the tower bridge. Is what she's going to do.
That is true. She's prepping now.
She's making
Oh, boy.
plans.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, she's already made them. She's just starting to implement them.
Right. She's the Palpatine in this case.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Oh boy.
So what's our topic?
It's Luke Skywalker, Lukestravaganza. Luke Skywalker. So obviously with you guys getting involved, you gals getting involved, we wanted to tie things in a little bit and integrate.
Mm-hmm.
Integrate.
Nice. It's great because they are great.
So we wanted to discuss Luke's relationship with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Good topic.
We are prepared.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
With
we
no preparation, we are.
like we do most things, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a closet.
Sounds
right
like
now,
us.
So
Why we bond so well, all of us?
It's okay. It's a safe place.
Lauren's in
we
a
didn't do any
closet.
research, but we're not prepared.
I'm literally in a closet with my laptop
All right.
on an ironing board right now. Let's do this.
All right.
Take it away, please.
Well, Luke is Lauren's boy, so I'll let her take
Oh,
the
boy.
stage first.
Well, I always was a little irritated with Obi-Wan at first with just the original trilogy because I felt like he lied to Luke, and that really bothered me, especially when I was younger. Obviously, now that we have more of Obi-Wan's backstory, I feel like I understand his point of view a little better, but I really feel like Luke was more influenced by Obi-Wan than by Anakin. You even see it in his lightsaber style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Leanne and I have talked about how in is it Mando where he shows a lot of he shows a blend in that of Anakin and Obi-Wan, so you can see what an influence Obi-Wan was on his training.
Yeah, for real.
Mhm.
I'm kind of on the side of Lauren, a little annoyed, but I get it. It's the riddle talk for me. once we got the backstory of Obi-Wan a little bit more in Clone Wars, and then of course with Ewan's performance in the prequels and stuff, you kind of see where that came from. But if we're talking like original trilogy only, it's like, just spit it out. Why are you testing this poor man? Like, he's got enough on his shoulders, you know? And but he passes the test. So riddles or not, he did it. But if you go back and look at everything and you then reevaluate the original trilogy, you can kind of see it. And I kind of let it slide a little more, you know? But I love them. And especially now that we had the Kenobi show and he loves that little boy. Yeah. Truly a true protector of Luke. And I love that. It's precious, honestly.
When you see really quickly in A New Hope how quickly Luke becomes attached to him, it's the first person who isn't telling him no all the time, like Aunt Beru doesn't say anything, but Uncle Owen is always just shooting him down all the time. And it's the first time that I think it's like the hero's journey, right? It's the wise old man that sets him on a new path. So it's actually he's tapping into something he always knew was there, but couldn't vocalize. And I think that's why Obi-Wan was so important to Luke, even though they only knew each other a very short amount of time. Pre-ghost period.
Yeah,
pre-ghost.
Yes,
right.
Spoiler, by the way. Sorry if I ruined that for anybody.
No.
Oh.
Good.
Should be all right.
I wish I was there.
All right. Yeah, and that's, you know, again, it's
it'll be a blast.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yes.
Now that's a trouble I've not seen
since ever.
Yes. Yeah, and that's really his mentor, you know, because he had his uncle who was like his boss.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and like he taught him how to like farm moisture. Like that's lame. But you know, so then there's this guy that like was a great warrior, and he was like,
yes,
yeah. But you know, Luke was this looking off to the stars kind of guy, and it's like this guy's been through hyperspace. Luke's never been through hyperspace,
right?
And he's like fought in the Clone Wars, knew his father. His uncle wouldn't tell him anything about his father. So like he's this intriguing character, and he's kind of who Luke wanted to be like before he even met him, before he even knew him.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like that window to the life that he aspires to.
Yeah.
And I can almost see from like now perspective wise from this point, it's different with all the stuff we've gotten, like you guys mentioned about the Kenobi series to sort of bolstered that. But almost to a point where, look, this guy's offering me this world, this excitement that I was looking for the whole time. I'm going to take what he's saying at face value, whether it's said in riddles or not, or are you trying to hide something? And then, of course, that's all kicked into high gear when Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are charred basically, and he has nothing left there anyway. So now we're off onto this journey, and but then he still relies on him, and he doesn't actually have that much time, like you said, Lauren. Was that like it's a very short amount of time where he's real body corporeal Obi-Wan Kenobi. That relationship does cement quickly enough where he does take what he needs from him, and then he helps him after he does get taken, or he passes into the Force actually, and he follows him and has the Force voice as he's attacking the Death Star. So it progresses very quickly, but I think the yearning that Luke had allowed him to take the advice when he was given it, and sometimes even confusingly, he was still okay with it.
Obi-Wan was a mentor.
Fact.
All right.
We got there. We took like the Yukon route.
You know what
there.
though?
But we got there.
We did get there.
Saying that, it's not totally unlike Luke's father when Anakin was much younger, granted. He wanted that adventure, right? He saw like the ships in the sky and wanted the great galactic adventure. And look what happened, right? And then Luke kind of similarly wanted that great adventure, what's out there. And look what he ended up doing because of the choices that he made. And Obi-Wan was the same mentor to both. I mean, obviously, much different timelines, much longer and shorter periods of mentorship. But Obi-Wan obviously had enough of a bond and had enough of a true character that I think Luke sensed it and knew he was good and knew he could trust him. And that's why he was so hurt when, hey, why didn't you tell me all this about who my dad really was? First of all, that's a lot to take. So I don't blame Obi-Wan for just giving it in little tiny crumbs. To explain Anakin takes decades. So, you know, I don't blame him.
Well, actually, you make a really good point too, Leanne, that Anakin's relationship with Qui-Gon was about as short as Obi-Wan's
That's true.
with Luke.
Yeah.
So there's an interesting mirror there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Luke didn't have to deal with Mace,
Wow.
though.
That's true. Lucky.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mace was
No,
so
he just spent
mean.
10 years with Uncle Owen.
Yeah, there's the cost of
Oh,
young.
he was one BMF.
Oh my god. I love this. I could do this all night.
Yes.
All day. Wrong fandom. Sorry.
Oh. Is it though?
But
Still the
that's
same umbrella.
that is true.
Umbrella.
Yeah.
And it was really nice to see how the Kenobi series really strengthened those bonds that we saw in A New Hope with, you know, replacing the young Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru with these really loving characters, and you see Obi-Wan sort of doting over him and spending time there, and you know, to a certain degree, Luke being able to live his life and do his you know, relative growth as a young child, you know. So that was cool.
Yeah, it was. And they
boy.
did it right in the fact that they didn't show too much. I was so scared that they were going to show too much and ruin something. I don't know, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So.
And he gave Luke the little toy
Exactly.
that he plays
Exactly.
with in A New Hope.
Toy.
Oh,
I love that
so cool.
It's such a great tie-in.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
It
It's
is.
a great one. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, it's a lot of great relationships.
There are. And the way that Kenobi series just almost like lightly dropped some of these little
Threads
through
the story
exactly,
of
and
everything.
And it,
Yeah.
it didn't go over, like you were saying, it didn't go overboard for the hammering home the connection. It was so well placed that it just allowed you to make those connections like after, like, oh, that was just the right tone, the right strength, the right intensity to allow you to still let the original trilogy to live, but at least, and then still see Kenobi and Luke progress to the point where it was natural versus like, hello, this is going to happen soon. It was nice. It was very nice.
Yeah, totally.
Very cool.
All right.
Do you have anything else? You can go all night. I know.
I mean, where do we start? Okay. No, I think
quote from you. We got to get one, right?
Oh, there we go.
Oh boy.
No pressure.
Just one, huh?
Unless
Well,
you've
you
done
see,
one tonight,
ladies.
we missed it.
Oh, he's done several already, but
I mean, it happens.
He
It's
never
okay.
He never gets tired of doing it. Don't worry.
I don't. It happens to be one of my favorite things. So if people were to look for most things Kenobi, where might they find you?
Oh, nice. Nice.
You can find us on
They're not on any of the
Instagram.
star charts.
No, we're not. No. But soon, maybe. Blast off into outer space.
Maybe.
Control the moon. Just kidding. Sorry. It's being in a closet.
That's
is
no
weird.
moon. I'm sure many people would agree.
Oh, thank you for adding our Spotify link there. I appreciate that.
They're on the
That's nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
We are on stuff. So you
Kelly.
can find us on-
Kelly's doing an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you for promoting us. That's great. We're on Instagram under Most Things Kenobi. And what's our Twitter?
MTK Podcast. I think it's MTK_podcast.
Yeah, and you can always find everything at mostthingskenobi.com.
Absolutely, that's it.
where our links are for everything there.
And you can find both of us at Celebration in April.
That's right.
What? Nice. All
See what I
right.
did there?
That's like the ultimate flex.
That is,
I
yeah,
gotta say.
that is like
No, listen,
you just
you
can't
guys
open an
are
account for that
amazing.
one. You got to fly somewhere for that one.
Right.
Yeah.
We
I
got
think-
them at a
Oh,
con sometime so we can
stop.
laugh our asses off.
Don't stop.
I just
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I just adore the both of you. I know Lauren
right.
and I just think you're wonderful, wonderful souls. You make us smile every single
Every
time
time.
we see, listen, or talk to you. And I think, I don't know, you tell me your thoughts, Lauren, but I'm just flattered to be a part of this, to be
Me
a part of your
too.
celebration. This is huge. This is really cool.
I kind of like had an expectation though, Charles, after our mail got mixed up that one time. I kind of like felt like you owed me.
I forgot about the mail mix-up.
How are your
Mail mix-up
coasters,
was
by
quite
the way?
fantastic.
How are the coasters?
Our trash coasters that were just completely.
They're coming back from the pressers next week.
Yeah, they needed to be ironed out.
Good news.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But you guys are fantastic. You guys have such great insights. You make us laugh equally, and you guys always have something deep cuts and angles that we've never even talked about. It's been phenomenal. So it's great having you guys on as well.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, guys. Congratulations
Yes.
again.
We love you guys.
We love
Yeah,
you too.
good for you.
All right. Have a great
Have
night. Thank you
fun.
for joining us.
Thanks, chat. Bye.
Oh, yes.
All right. Thank you guys. Okay. Well,
Whoa, that was phenomenal.
oh boy. So now
Yes. That's right. We got giveaway number
do.
3.
We do.
Giveaway number 3. So yes, we have the big kahuna.
Thank the maker. Yes.
Yes, the maker.
There
Yes,
it is.
yes.
Right there. Yeah. So that is our giveaway for now.
Yes, this is our giveaway
Yes.
now. This is our third giveaway.
This is our last. So if you haven't won,
Yes.
if you hadn't played or won in the last 30 days, you're eligible to win. So this question: how many members of the Lucas family have appeared on screen in Star Wars films, and which film includes all of said members?
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So Kelly's going to post that question
Yes.
very soon again. And but yes, so this is since this is the big one here, this is going to be a bit of a complicated one. So you got to think about it, and hopefully we can have the right answer coming in. So while that's going on, oh, there we go. Lunar Girl has posted that question in the chat, and we will let that one simmer for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And first of all, just thanks to everybody who's been in the chat tonight. It's been phenomenal. You guys are keeping the show hilarious while we're talking and distracting Pat at the same time. So thank you very much for all joining. See what happens?
No.
Squirrel.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, it's over there.
Got it.
Yes, but thank you everyone who stopped by tonight, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're having a blast right now. So we have some other guests coming on right next. We have Adam and Josh. Oh, what happened?
That one?
This one here?
Yeah.
So
I can't believe that we're about to do this.
With this quote in mind, we'd like to invite Adam and Josh on and discuss Luke's spiritual side. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us. It's
oh
good.
no, you need
good
to
be here.
unmute him. Oh boy. So Adam, I'm not sure we need to know the answer to that one, so we'll leave that one alone.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, so
Correct
Luke's
answer is just
spiritual
one.
side.
Yes.
Just
Well, let's
one.
see.
Oh, thanks, Nicole. We love you too.
Oh, it's just one. Yeah, so
Thanks for
we
having me
thought
on,
that
guys.
you guys would be the perfect guests to come on. First of all, What's that?
Thanks for having him on, despite his comments.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Because of
it's after 9. We're okay.
That's true. Yeah, we're right. That's true. They weren't going to be, and then we were like, yeah, we got to drag him into this.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh boy.
So tonight we're talking about this Luke's spirituality and the spiritual side that he sort of goes through. And we know there are some ties to religious aspects to the Force and everything, and we could think of no one better than to have you guys come on and talk about that.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. I appreciate you having us on.
I'm excited, as always, to be here with you guys.
And not just for that, I just want to, real quick before we get into that, just say thank you for having me on at all to celebrate your 100th episode. You guys have grown to be very important friends to me, and we congratulate you for your achievement here, and look forward to what you have in the next 100 episodes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just to say, before we get going too much here, there is a delay that's getting kind of rough for everyone to handle. So we'll do our best to make through this. But yeah, so what I'll start with you, Josh, where we're talking with Luke and his spirituality, where, he's coming from Tatooine and he's got his Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru sort of protecting him. And then all things sort of break loose. And now he's under the help of Obi-Wan. And he's thrust into this world of the Force, and he's just like feet first. When you sort of frame that from a perspective of someone who didn't even know what was coming, how do you think his connection to the Force and what his beliefs were, if you could make a conjecture, allowed him to make it through there and become the Jedi that we all know and love?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. I feel like almost, I was thinking about this a little bit before, backstage here, and I feel like Luke doesn't really start in a very spiritual place when it comes to the Force. And I would say he's almost even kind of spiritually weak in the beginning of his journey, where, we get the whining about Tashi Station and all that in A New Hope and everything, but in addition to that, he just he comes in, and he's, even in The Empire Strikes Back, he tells Yoda, I don't believe it, when Yoda lifts the X-wing out of the water on Dagobah, and Yoda says that's why you fail. So I think for me, not until we reach Return of the Jedi is he really in touch with that spirituality and that deeper belief in the Force. And you see this maturity in his character in Return of the Jedi, and it's almost this stoic spiritual character that we end up seeing in by Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and I think that carries over to what we see in the series, Disney Plus series. Because really mainly in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
When you've got, he's got a zen about him, a sort of cool, almost monk-like demeanor to him. And he's got a sense of peace. And it's interesting because that's very shortly after you see him just wreck all the droids and the dark troopers to get Grogu, right?
Yeah.
So he's got this ability to harness these more sort of primitive aspects of the Force, but then also in almost the same breath to just be calm and serene and get in touch with that more cerebral aspect of the Force.
Yeah. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, Luke's kind of spirituality is one of my favorite aspects of Star Wars, to be honest. And I think Star Wars kind of works best for me anyway when that spirituality is part of the story. Luke is like, I feel like each trilogy kind of has its own version of a faith story. Okay, so Anakin starts out in the prequels with his faith story. He's strong, but then he falls away pretty hard, only to come back later Luke's is kind of what Josh was saying. Luke's faith story is interesting to me because he starts kind of knowing that this stuff is there, but then he really gets deep into it. And then, like Pat was saying, becomes almost Zen-like, almost monk-like in his devotion to that. And then, you have the sequels with Rey. Rey kind of is, it's all legend to her. She doesn't think any of this stuff is real, but then she finds out that it's very real. So for me, Luke's faith story, his spirituality is really, really important to Star Wars as a whole for me, because that's one of the core central themes that I absolutely love in that movie.
That's cool. I you know what, and I'm of the same mind, because when I saw Luke first and experienced his character and his sort of being thrust into this situation, fairly or unfairly, his strength of himself using obviously the teachings of Obi-Wan and how difficult those could have been sometimes, the different approach that Yoda makes him grow as a person, they really do meld him into a person that we see in Return of the Jedi with this confidence. And that's what when we first see him, and there's the dark aspect of it, right? And Pat pointed out to me many years ago about when he does come into Jabba's palace and he's actually force choking, or very seemingly force choking, the Gamorrean guards, and he's got the dark coloring. Wow, Sith-like, is he going to the dark? Is he going to the light? What's going on? But there's a calmness about him that gives him that strength, but it's a belief in his system. It's a belief in himself that allows him to make this final push and ultimately save his father. And that inner confidence was really something that struck a chord with me. And it took all of these influences, right? Whether it's Yoda and Obi-Wan and even Han and Leia and all of his friends, those work at a different plane for me. Like, those are spheres of influence that aren't necessarily sort of front and center. They sort of make their way into his character. And there's a definite spiritual side to that, because you take those learnings, those teachings, and turn yourself into a better version of yourself. And that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And that kind of struggle for Luke between faith and doubt is constant, I think, for him. Going from his training on Dagobah that Josh mentioned to even in Return of the Jedi, when we're talking about him being kind of the more stoic version of himself, he's even doubting some stuff there towards the end, as far as letting his anger creep in there, and maybe kind of doubting his own abilities. He's turning to anger. He's turning to hatred a bit. So he has to reel that in. But that whole journey for him between belief, unbelief, and doubt and self-doubt and confidence is central to his character. And I love, I'll add real quick, I love that he always ends up on the top of that, Sorry.
Yeah, and I think ultimately, no, it's like, go ahead. When you talk about spirituality and that connection, and you could draw a parallel to the cosmic force and heaven, and how in The Last Jedi, when he's got that confidence to be able to go out there and defeat Kylo, distract Kylo for that time to let everyone escape.
Yes.
And then that's sort of his last show of his connection to the Force.
Right.
And then of course he becomes one with the cosmic force.
Right.
So there's a lot of parallels to that, and not that the deeds get one into heaven.
The cosmic force, is that what you said?
Not at all.
Oh. That's the one that came to mind, though.
I mean, yes.
I didn't want to say
one
it.
With the
I restrained myself. You noticed my restraint. So about getting into heaven. Oh boy. I can't. I thought I was very clear with cosmic force. Yes. Wow. Oh boy. So who didn't see this coming?
This is going to be turning into something. I'm pretty sure.
Stop it.
I'm pretty sure this is turning into something.
Oh boy. So, according to my watch,
time for us to go.
Oh boy. So, I guess, like I said, I think it said at the beginning of the show or the beginning of the segment.
Yeah.
That Adam and Josh have been kind of busy lately.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
But they put out a lot of great content.
They do. They have put a lot of great content out. And Adam came back on the show just this past, was it last episode? I think you came on, Adam?
2 episodes ago.
Yes,
but I just wanted...
He's gonna be back this week too.
I am
to
going
let you guys know.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Josh has been doing an awesome job picking
nice
on the podcast,
he has been,
on the video podcast, and he's been doing an awesome job with that. So the continued success of From a Certain Point of View is really on him. So
hey, I'm enjoying it, but I appreciate
it's fantastic for sure.
Appreciate what you're saying there.
And by the way, just as an aside, if you guys haven't been following along with From a Certain Point of View, Josh has been doing regular reviews of the Last of Us episodes. And first of all, I love them. And once we started watching the show, I was able to listen to the back catalog of the couple episodes. And the fact that you played the game several times when it first came out and then the re-engineering and that kind of thing, your insight to the game gives a completely different angle to the show. And I, as have never played it, absolutely love that. So whenever those episodes drop, I'm listening. So they're fantastic. And like I said, there's the both of you together is magic, and Josh, what you're doing is magic as well. So love the show.
Thanks. That means a lot to me. I'm glad that you're getting something out of that. And yeah, it's definitely interesting when you've played the game a few times and then you watch the show. There's parts where I'm like almost wondering, am I going to be surprised by this or not? Is it, but there have definitely been some moments in the show where I've been surprised myself because they've changed some things and everything. But I'm so glad to hear that you're enjoying those and getting something out of them.
Well, that's cool. So where can people find you guys?
Well, our YouTube channel is From a Certain Point of View, and you can find us also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, for our audio podcast, and on Twitter, it's @CertainPOVPod.
It's coming.
Hopefully. Is it?
I hope so. There we go.
There it is.
Nice.
Look at that. Right up on the screen.
Exactly. Perfect timing.
Yeah. I mean, not perfect.
No, it was
but close enough.
So that's the YouTube, and let's put
close enough for a stormtrooper.
Close enough for ConverSWations.
Oh, yep. We missed the mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Oh boy.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on tonight. It was a treat.
Likewise, as usual.
We appreciate you guys.
Yes,
we appreciate
you. Not only for being here, for being on the oh, shucks. And thanks for the constant distraction in the chat.
That's what I live for.
Right. Yes.
Have a great night, gentlemen, and continued success.
You
and
too.
thank you for joining us tonight once again.
Congrats on 100 episodes.
All right. Well, so here we are with the winner. We have the winner of
we
this,
did
George Lucas.
We did. Okay.
I
didn't see that.
Yeah. Scroll up.
Okay.
We were deep in talk.
Nice. Well, that's good.
So yeah.
All right.
It's up there. There he is. See?
Cavi 95. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Cavi 95. If you are still there, can you put some social maybe how we could reach you, maybe an email, whatever you're comfortable with within the chat, and we'll definitely reach out to you. That's fantastic. I don't recognize your username. Maybe we already know you, and I don't know that, but that's fantastic. Congratulations. That's great. All 3 prizes went.
He's our neighbor. He lives right here.
You saw your show notes.
Oh boy. Yeah. So we'll get this this little guy out to you.
Yeah.
And congrats to all of our participants and winners.
And winners, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So I have one last batch of our 100 characters that we got numbers for. And we are going to start with Jason and Dave from the Sidebar Cantina. And specifically, Lunar Girls said that it would be 94. I think I did that right. I don't know. But they're also part of the Red 5 network. And selection 94 is Babu Frick. So,
hey!
94!
That's it.
See? There we go.
Yep.
Then we also got the number 69 from 7 Ghost Pepper from Instagram. He's a fantastic follower. Always has such great feedback. And he pointed out in our droid, remember our droids episode?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. We did our droid and we talked about C-3PO and R2.
Right. Yeah.
Of all the droids that we went through
and
everything, we never mentioned the Gonk droid.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and check.
He's right.
I don't know. Let's go back.
Anyways, he chose number 69. Maliki the Rancor Keeper is number 69.
Oh boy.
That's quite fitting, I think. In fact. And
that's weird. It's a weird thing.
Again, Entertainment Weekly. We don't have control over this.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, that is Cabby 95. It's 7 Ghost Pepper. Oh my god. Cavalier. He's drumline. He's we just spoke about you. This is fantastic.
Right, yeah.
Wow, that is crazy.
What a weird thing.
That is like freaky. But okay.
Wow.
So
okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me put this up here.
My God.
That is very cool. Well, I know how to get
Right.
I know how to get in touch with you. Cavaliers, yes, he's drumline. Fantastic. I'll tell you off there. It's a fantastic story. Then also from Instagram. Oh, look at this. Wait a second. That's how that sounded.
Oh, there she is. All right.
She's been working too and drawing at the same time.
Hey, multitasking.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Oh boy. So we have coming up, we have Star Toys Shorts on Instagram.
Yeah.
First of all, they do stop animation with Black Series. It is absolutely mind blowing. They just launched one a couple of days ago on the Tantive 4. It is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys like our Black Series stuff, you will love these guys. Star Toys Shorts on Instagram. Anyways, they chose number 75, and 75 is Bo-Katan Cries.
Get my camera. Hold on.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Yes. Right. Got it. Oh boy.
Then Spencer, who just actually launched a new YouTube channel called Dingus Den on YouTube.
Okay.
DC. It seems like a DC sort of centric show, but yeah, and we got big DC fans here, that's for sure.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hi, Mario. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, action figures. Thank you very much. Lunar Girl, they're not dolls.
That's right.
No.
Oh,
and stop
dude.
drinking.
The bourbon's been good to Rob tonight.
Wait a second. Dolls too.
He Rob fingered it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh no.
Or as everyone else calls it, fat finger. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And so Spencer's chose number 13, which is Kylo Ren. Interesting number.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And if we can,
we missed.
Oh, Toy Story Short.
Yeah.
Yes, 75. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We got stuck in the.
No, what I said,
stop
Bo-Katan
motion
Kryze.
animation.
Yeah, you were distracted. But I did say Bo-Katan Kryze is number 75.
It did stop motion animation before.
Okay, and you did with those minifigs. Those were fantastic.
Yeah. No, I loved it.
Yeah, so we can
Takes
post those.
a lot of time.
It does.
Great
so when
job,
you see these
guys.
Things. And
Okay, yeah.
last but not least, Megan. She chose number 100.
Oh.
Yes, and 100 is Wicket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool number to line up to.
I love Wicket. It's one of my favorite Ewoks. Next to the medicine man that presided over the the proposed Han Solo cookout.
So he's taken off the menu.
Yeah.
By some golden guy.
Yeah. Some god to them. Okay.
So that concludes our 100 characters from Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, we managed to like boil it down to 20.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular. And well, we've only got about 15 or 16 submissions.
Yeah,
That's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So next up, we have a pre-recorded video. Would you like to introduce this part?
Not really. Oh, yes, I guess I would. As Tom mentioned ages ago now, Rob for the Jedi, right? Thank you.
Yes.
Right?
Caveat 95. Yeah.
Right. It's Entertainment Weekly. Yeah. Okay. What can we say? Anyway, so Rob for the Jedi Temple Archives podcast. Yes. Somehow managed to cam his way onto our show tonight too. So oh boy. He is ready for Stud Muffin. Well, I mean, they got the muffin part. Oh boy. Oh, I think it's like a David and Goliath scenario.
Yes.
You know, where like he's too big to really like grab me.
Right, because you're feisty and like quickly.
Yeah,
you just
I'm
dart
quick.
move.
Yes. Right through the 5-hole.
Right,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah. So we've got a pre-recorded video with him, right?
He's a cam artist. Oh, yep. That'll do it. So, so Rob is here in spirit with spirits, and we will get that lined up to share with you guys now.
Right, here we go. For joining us tonight, Rob. I know that we're recording this prior to our big event, but it would not be an event without you.
Oh man. So with Rob here, we're gonna kind of delve into our Rob's specific topic.
Ooh.
Yeah. Charles, you want to tell him what it is?
Sure. So as part of our large umbrella topic tonight of our episode 100, Luke Skywalker, we want to talk to you about is Luke's character arc in the original trilogy one of the best arcs in all of Star Wars? And we're talking like movies, even books if you want, comics, like that. Those three movies, how it starts and ends in those three movies, the original trilogy, does that represent the best story or character development in all of Star Wars?
Well, certainly there's a lot of nostalgia for Luke as a character, given that he was, what introduced us to Star Wars back in the 70s. And certainly there's going to be listeners out there who were introduced to Star Wars in other ways. But I think for, any fan of the OT, Luke is going to be a nostalgic pick. I would argue that there are other characters that have been developed as well, possibly even better. I think Luke stands out as kind of the gold standard of the positive story arc. Lucas focused on Joseph Campbell and the whole hero's journey. And really that is what developed Luke as a character. And it's, ironic that John Williams even kind of built that thematic idea of the hero's journey into the theme of Star Wars. If you look at the way the notes rise and fall, it follows the same pattern as Joseph Campbell had laid out for the hero's journey, which is, really kind of a cool extra level of that character. But when you look at, the entirety of what's out there for Star Wars, there's certainly other characters I think you could call out. I think Niku, sorry. All right, maybe Niku's not a good example, but I would say in the Anakin Darth Vader arc, certainly
he's so straight faced with it too.
That's what drives me crazy.
Right, Anakin and Vader, you get really the full picture, right? You get if you factor in the Clone Wars and what we see in the Clone Wars, you get to see him from a small boy living a pretty rough upbringing on Tatooine. Only his mother to depend on. You get to see him, enter the Jedi Order kind of against the will of the Jedi initially. You see him rise to these amazing heights during the Clone Wars, and then you see him manipulated and fall to his deepest depths as a Sith Lord, and then kind of go through a redemption arc of his own within
the framework of the original trilogy. So you get a much more nuanced and complete view of a character arc. I think with a character like Darth Vader, I think you could even argue that Obi-Wan Kenobi. We don't really get to see much of his young upbringing, but we meet him as an older man who, finally realizes what it means to truly sacrifice himself for the Jedi Order and the ways of the Jedi. But then you get that whole backstory built in with the prequel trilogy. So, there's a lot of characters that as they've added content to Star Wars, they've really fleshed out their character arcs. But certainly, I would say within a 3-film arc, Luke has got the most complete character arc of anyone in Star Wars.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it's just like you were saying with him when we first see him, he's got dreams,
right?
But no real aspirations. It's all sort of like, well, if I could ever get out of here, then I would be this contributor to society, this hero, this this game changer.
Sure.
But it's all sort of, it's one of those things that he dreams of, but it never really seems to be a reality, because every time he tries to get away, his uncle needs him for this and that. So, to see him go from there to being the hero of the rebellion throughout the trilogy, and to train and grow with the Force and everything, it's really a great journey of hope and optimism.
True. There's always this idea of youth and looking to the stars and having these dreams of involving themselves in conflict. And you see it, even in our society with, young kids that think that I'm going to go off and, go to war and make a difference for my country. And the reality of that, the truth of going into those situations is a much more nuanced picture, right? It's there's a lot of darkness involved, and certainly Luke dealt with a lot of that in his own right. Finding out that Vader was his father, spoiler alert, and the losing Ben, losing his aunt and uncle. I mean, he dealt with a lot of loss, the loss of his hand, the loss of his innocence in a lot of ways, right? The fact of the matter is, it's never this grand notion that you think it is when you're young. And he definitely rose to great heights, but he had a lot of sacrifice involved with that ascension as well.
Yeah, and it's funny that you like the way you characterized Vader as Luke as the sort of the positive side or the light side of that story arc. And right. I had the same feeling, very close second for me was Anakin becoming Vader in the prequel trilogy. And that is like such a great bookend, right? And that was like one of our first experiences of like, okay, here are the new sets of movies. They've got, where is he going to start and where's he going to end? And how good that was. And it really is quite a testament to just how well received Revenge of the Sith was because of that transformation. Was very close for me. And as you're talking as well, Rob, about the sort of the long play Anakin story and Vader certainly is that sort of start and finish. But one other entry that I thought about too was really interesting was Han Solo. I mean, we see him obviously in his standalone movie, but then we see even in the original trilogy his transformation is good. He goes from the sort of like from the scruffy guy to the hero. And right. Then as we see in the sequel trilogy, he has his arc, and it's touching the way, it ends. It's sometimes, a bit painful and may not be what everyone's, cup of tea, but the way he started and he ends is also quite the compelling story arc as well as for what he started out as and where he ended.
Yeah, I mean, he's an interesting character because much of his persona was really just something that he projected, right? He even in Solo Star Wars story, you got Kira talking about the fact that she knows who he really is, right? He is the good guy, and he wants to put out this scoundrel, vagabond persona and act like he's selfish and looking out for himself. And there were certainly instances where he was, but there's another great parallel there. We talk about the arc of like a character like Hondo Ohnaka. who when we meet him, he is truly
yes.
Solo was pretty much a good guy pretending not to be a good guy, and then he just kind of admitted that he was a good guy. Hondo was the selfish, self-serving, true scoundrel. And in the course of the Clone Wars and Rebels, you get to kind of see that Ezra brings him along, especially in Rebels. He makes huge strides, but starts to do things for more than just himself and his personal gain. He's not above putting Melch in a tight spot here and there. I think even he eventually admits that Melch is family to him. So for people who aren't that familiar with the animated series, there's a lot of great content within those, and I certainly would argue that the arc of a Hondo Ohnaka type character is one of the shining examples of that.
You say scoundrel like it's a bad thing.
Right.
Well, Rob, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a joy to have you on, and as always, bringing up some fantastic points. And what we've all come used to with your show is in-depth stuff and angles that we've never really thought of. So thank you once again for joining us. So where can everyone find you?
You can find us at jtapodcast.com. It's typically myself and my co-host Tom. You can find us on any podcatcher, Jedi Temple Archives Podcast, and also at JTA Podcast on Facebook. And what's that other one? Twitter, something?
Oh, boy.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. Congratulations on your 100th episode. Couldn't happen to two better guys. And I know that by the night that you guys are recording this, we will have just wrapped up a night of ridiculous good times in person. So looking forward to that, and I apologize in advance for any ill effects.
All right.
And we are back.
Here we are.
Yes.
That's the wrong one.
Yes. You want this one?
Yes.
You want to remove this one? There we go. Yay!
Yay!
And we are back live. Why don't you introduce our guests?
Oh, well, if you can't read one of their shirts, these are the Star Wives, live and in person.
Yes, we exist.
We created this, actually.
Yes. Actually, we have a letter to ConverSWations.
Oh, boy.
Dearest ConverSWations.
Dearest.
You are welcome.
Yes.
You are so welcome.
You are welcome. Okay.
If it wasn't for us,
you wouldn't exist.
This wouldn't exist.
Yeah, that's right. Because we allowed both Charles and Pat to turn their ridiculous, I swear to Jesus, ridiculous bantering of Star Wars while we all used to get together and have family time. Yeah, family time. Yeah, it turned into this. Okay. So what happened was Kelly and I said, you know what? Why don't you go make your own show or something, please, sweet Jesus? Because we really don't
let other people hear.
Yeah,
this
maybe there are other people
banter.
who want to be tortured. I mean,
This
love
was a
to
terrible
listen
idea.
to the Star Wars.
I told you it would be.
Okay. So
So happy 100 episodes.
Yes. Congratulations on the 100
Yes,
episodes.
since 2007.
And you're
great,
welcome.
great accomplishment.
You are welcome.
Good job, guys.
Okay. Now you might hate us because you might think, yeah, it's our fault that this all exists, or you might love us and say, wow, this is great. Yeah. But it is true.
Oh my God.
Hang on. Michelle said it first, and then Rose said it second, confirmed it. You are a blessing.
True.
You guys are a blessing to the
True.
Star Wars. And we know that you're a blessing to the Star Wars community because you're a blessing to us.
And we get paid later tonight. So
Yeah.
No, but seriously, it has been great listening to them and opening up to this network of wonderful people we've gotten to meet, some of in person, and hear a lot of others.
And we have a gift for you guys.
Yes.
Ooh. Whoa.
What is that?
That's Crown Royal. Oh my gosh.
Captain Kirk. Where no man has gone before.
Oh, boy.
Where's the camera? Captain Kirk
Right there.
has come to introduce this to you and present this special gift
Wow.
for your 100th episode.
Oh, boy.
He beamed to Canada and picked up this Canadian whiskey. So,
Yes,
you can
let's,
drink
Which
now.
they haven't started yet, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Wow.
And the Tribbles joins as well.
Jesus, turning into a Star Trek.
No one said they could bring props.
No.
You said show up, so we did.
Oh,
So-
you showed up all right.
I know this.
We
is
aren't
awesome.
scripted either.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, it's okay. So
We can open this because no one's watching
Yeah.
us anyways.
yeah. Oh yeah, Kelly made a good point. Why don't you tell them the
You
point
put
that
us
you
at the
made?
end. Everyone starts leaving.
Yeah.
No,
There's-
no.
Who is watching
No,
now?
Let
no.
me see. Are there
We
people?
should've been
Oh,
there.
there's still people there.
How many people are on here?
Uh-huh.
It's enough. We're plenty thankful for you being here.
It's never enough. How many people are watching?
13, but they're here to see us, not them.
Oh.
13, good number.
They
Oh.
waited. They knew the best was coming.
Thank you.
And they're
I'm totally kidding.
and now people are going to know that you guys were the closing of the show. They're going to be listening to the audio version of this because this is
Because we are the closers.
Yes.
We make it happen.
Save the best for last.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Oh my gosh, this bottle
Wow.
is gorgeous.
That's not something you
Speaking
just
of-
chug.
Yeah,
though,
you
right?
don't chug it.
Look
You
at-
sip it.
Look at Luna Girl. She came to see the sunrise.
See?
Well, hello.
Beautiful.
See?
Thank you for all you're doing for the
Yeah.
We
guys
love you.
too.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we do. We appreciate it
Wow.
because I mean we don't.
Because we don't
know.
want to get involved.
Amazing.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
No.
Well,
Okay.
thank you,
Okay.
Thank you very much.
guys.
That was
Oh
our
my
yeah.
gosh.
Your little intro.
Yeah, we
Well,
got
that's
live
the
time.
intro.
So
Yes.
All
That was
right.
it.
All right.
Perfect.
I
So you
always
gotta-
Oh.
oh,
That's Rob.
What? Because I'm always passed out whenever we
Well-
talk about Star Wars, or
No, or last night because you were tired.
oh,
Yeah.
true story.
Right,
But
right.
I did sacrifice
Wow.
by sleeping only 2.5
Yes.
hours to drive to Orlando.
Yes,
Mm.
she did make the drive for sure.
We would like to get just before we start our show here. Look at this, Rob. Look at this.
Oh.
What we just got here.
Ooh,
that.
yeah. Only took us 4 years to get it. It's perfect.
Well, we
a
have
little over 4 years.
Yes,
That's
and
ju-
we're
Who's counting?
Yes. So what are we going to discuss?
So
Ah.
before that, I would like to say that yes, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Our shenanigans, our Luke foolery and shenanigans, all those types of things
Yes.
are supported by you guys. Our fun, our trips to away, all of our hours and hours and hours of doing this kind of stuff. So without you guys, there wouldn't be a show. And we said as much today. Ro posted a tweet, saying, look at what the Swations boys are looking at with your second picture, which happened to be the cake. It was
Yes.
perfect
Oh,
timing.
okay, yeah.
Mhm.
And like I said in the tweet, it was, without you guys, there is none of this and none of this community that we've come to know and love. So thank
And
you
that
guys.
we have come to know and love as well.
Right. And another reason for cake.
Yeah.
Yes. And have come
Yep.
to love you more than us, typically. That's
Well,
the way it
of
typically
course,
works.
but
I mean, I love them more than us.
Oh, look at
Ah.
Ooh, Romulan ale and death sticks. There's a nice combination right there.
Yeah, wait till
actually.
you hear the conversation if there's a lot of that. on board.
Romulans.
Yeah.
Sounds awful Trekky. Yeah.
Nothing like Quark, right? But yes, we do have a topic for tonight. Our topic-
Quark is like the bootleg
He's
Plo-Koon.
well, I would go with Quark is sort of like a Hondo Ohnaka-ish.
Why are we talking about?
I don't know. Okay, we do have a topic to talk about.
Yes,
the Star Wives.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And that topic
Since
is
I had to reveal that number 3 was Yoda,
Yes.
and risk
I
my
swear
own life.
to God,
I
did
didn't
not
do it.
know
I didn't do it.
that Yoda was number 3.
neither did I.
I
When I wrote it
didn't
this
do it.
afternoon, you were out getting computer paper, and I literally laughed. I almost sent him a picture, but I thought, no, I'm actually going to put on his list to say because I don't want to have to say this.
He set you up.
Let me tell you, that was not good.
You're lucky
I'm
she's
well
in the other
aware
room.
at how not good
yeah.
it was.
I don't know.
Mhm.
So
You're
So-
100% right, Cam.
yes.
What did
so,
Cam say?
So he says
The
the
real
real
heroes.
heroes.
Stupid Yoda.
Stupid Yoda.
That's right, stupid Yoda.
Oh boy.
But of course, you get
Oh boy.
Uh,
So since I already risked life and limb.
Yes, I will ask the question.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm sitting over here.
oh, there's more.
What is one
You
question
use
here?
me as a buffer?
No.
No.
This is a good question here.
Oh, that is a good
we're waiting to
question.
see when it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to Ro on that one. Wow.
I came
Dang.
right out and said it. I want to know. I'm excited.
Wow.
She's
Yes.
the planner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the
So
planner.
as soon as we know venue and a date, we'll be exploring that for sure.
That'll be fun.
So tonight's topic is with you guys.
Topic.
Oh boy.
Is Luke sort of like the most important character in all of Star Wars? Is he really that important? Like when you think of Star Wars, you must think of Luke, right?
Who's Luke?
I always have to think Han Solo. Then who's the other guy?
Luke.
Right.
It's Luke.
Right. He's up there.
I know. It's right there.
The other guy.
He is a main character,
He's the
obviously. But I don't think he was intended to be the actual main character.
He's named after George Lucas.
I know that, but I think that the conflict isn't starting with him. It's
okay.
He doesn't commit to things very well, and he is very. The best thing he did was recognize his failure and die. No, that's not like. No, I mean like he sacrificed.
I had to ask her, is he dead? Because I don't even remember.
Because it wasn't like he finally realized.
Yeah, okay.
What did I say?
All right.
We were talking about this. I think it wasn't necessarily he was a failure, but he had his training was not successful.
Well, that's it was,
and because he wasn't trained, like the Jedi training was a failure, and he. Why are you laughing? Don't ask my opinion.
No. I'm sorry. I get distracted, and this is why I popped up.
What?
Wow. I'm sorry. I just yeah. Oh no. Oh boy.
Okay, but I see your point though, because
yes,
he was fast tracked in his training. He had he's old and he was
which is true. Like they're to meditate and they're supposed to feel their energies and they're supposed to be one with the Force and everything. But he failed in kissing his sister, not recognizing that, and not knowing his dad was Vader, not knowing that Ben was going to be like he didn't pick up on anything he was being honed into training. If he had already knocked out all the
just like Yoda,
extra things that he was supposed to knock out, like not having relations, all these other things, like I don't know all outside of the movies, but he didn't. And then in the end, he's like, you know what? I failed you. I failed this. So I'm going to ghost myself and I'm out.
I'm going to ghost
and
myself.
And he runs away. He didn't like where he was in the beginning with his whole messed up situation as a child. So he ran. He didn't like this. He ran. He went to a tunnel and ran. And then he died and ghosted himself. So
the Jedi are really useless.
Dark side.
How's that go? Like this? Yeah, I think that's
perfect.
Yeah, I think so.
That's all I think.
Oh boy.
What do you think, Bubs? What's your take on
closing that out?
Oh boy.
The same thing. I honestly, when the question was first posed, I forgot who the hell Luke was.
And forgot who Luke Skywalker was.
I swear to Jesus.
Luke Skywalker.
No, she did say he's Leia's brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Leia was
but
number one in that
because
thing.
To me, he's not
important.
It's not that he's not important, but he's
an immature character.
Memorable.
He doesn't give me a strong tie to the movies. I don't know how to explain that.
Because he wasn't a strong Jedi.
He's not a strong. I know he's there and he's supposed to be important and he's part of the main characters, but I don't feel for him.
And he was named after George Lucas.
Oh, well, I don't feel for him, and I even I swear to God, I had to ask her if he was dead because I didn't even remember. In the movie with the crystal foxes, he died, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I remember the crystal foxes and the porgs, but I barely remember. And I remember the porg on the spick and Chewbacca was eating them.
Yes.
I remember. But I don't remember.
Kashyyyk and fried pork.
Yeah.
Right.
We remember that.
But I don't remember.
But not Luke Skywalker.
Dying.
Well, and that's why we wanted to ask you this question because we are entrenched in this franchise.
Like we saved Luke for the 100th episode because he's Luke.
Yeah. No one told you to do that.
Yeah.
In fact, you asked us last night.
We don't even understand why, but I mean,
Jar Jar Binks ranks a little bit higher right now. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm totally kidding. Maybe not. I don't know.
So
he's not kidding.
But that's the fascinating thing is that for us, Luke is like the sort of the cornerstone and how it works around. And it's about Anakin and Luke and for you guys, it's like Han and the other guy.
Yeah, well, he's set up to be a hero. He's set up to be a main. What is it? Protagonist? Is that in the story? But it doesn't mean he is.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at
depends on how you're looking at the whole situation when you're closing it out. Now, I don't know the whole Andor and Mandalorian and all the backstories.
I liked him in the Mandalorian
and any of that stuff. So I know there's more to the story than I see. But when he goes into a hole and says, I failed. And then he's like, the only way I can help you is if I
die.
You did you did it. Good. Now you know that your sacrifice is what the Jedi's like. They're unwillingly devoting in a different way. And he finally did it. And he listened to the Force.
Right. Yoda also.
He wasn't a teacher. That's why he just talks backwards.
I told you it was useless.
But you said that you didn't remember if Luke was alive or dead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a pretty big part of The Last Jedi, which for many people is extremely divisive. And the problem a lot of people have is that, like, okay, well, Luke is this sort of disconnected, like you said, he just moved off to this island, effed everybody, and away we go. And then you had to come back in the story and this and that. And so for you to forget that's pretty big. But of course, it's a movie that you saw, and
it's not his death wasn't meaningful enough to me.
That's and that's critical, and that's the same thing you're saying.
Well, it's because he ran and hid. He didn't stay it's like,
Princess
Mark
Leia,
Hamill older. Oh, that must be Luke. Yeah,
and that's
I remember when Princess Leia died,
right?
And when Chewie,
the next movie,
when you see, I remember certain characters when they die, but I remember
it's because it's kind of like he lost his way. He kind of disconnected from everybody and felt like such a failure. But instead of fixing his failure, he just ran away from it.
Right.
And that doesn't cause a hero charisma to me at all. It shows like what part you're not really playing with good and evil. You're just being bitter and hiding from life. And it's like I hit things head on, and I follow my force field and I connect with the world and I don't go hide from it. So kind of find him not as a good main character. I mean, he's a main character because he's in it a lot.
Right.
To me.
Right.
But like other than that, he didn't show me a lesson that was
he's a
worth
main
learning.
character. He's just not a good character.
No, overall, I think he didn't learn his lessons because like he was being told, don't go in the cave, don't go do this, don't do that. And he's like, I'm doing it anyway. Well, okay, he's young but I was young in 1819. You learn from your mistakes. He did not. Instead, he caused multiple people to fail, galaxies to be like imploded, and resulting in himself being sacrificed. And it was his own fault.
Oh my God.
Am I not? I mean, there's some truth in that, right?
I mean, and you both mentioned that you both liked Luke in The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett when he was with. Okay.
Yes.
And this brought up another point.
That was meaningful to me.
And we talked to this with Ro and Chantal about Prime Luke. Like, where is the best part of Luke? Is it in The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett?
Check the chat. It's
here we go.
In there somewhere.
Yeah.
When he died.
Oh, when I said that.
I know.
Yeah,
I saw it.
But that's what I meant by it when I said when he dies is when he's the prime part, because that's when you recognize everything he's been taught the whole time is in that moment where he's like, oh, now's the time I have to think of others. I have to do my duty, and my duty is to protect what's left. And doing that, I have to get rid of myself. Sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself in order to save everybody else, and he failed a lot of times.
The Luke that we see in Mandalorian, do we see a movie? Is he in a movie?
In that time period.
In that time period? Because there he looks powerful. But what movie was he in? At that time period.
He was in The Return of the Jedi.
In that time period.
5 years prior. Yeah. So it takes place, Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, when he's on his rise.
Okay.
Up. So we haven't seen that on screen yet.
Okay.
That's what,
maybe that's why I don't remember.
So there is that gap in time.
He seems powerful.
And the shows are starting to fill that
See, that
in.
part we don't see is where he's learning from his mistakes.
Right.
Yes.
See, that would be nice to know. But
exactly.
from the movie standpoint, he learned his lesson a little too late, and he got it in the end. That's just and that's why the series ended after that.
Because the series did end after that. Yes. You're not wrong.
No, but I'm saying like it was like, all right, I'm out. So him dying saved the movie. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, so yes, he is a main character, but I don't think he's the hero that everyone is anticipating that he should be part of.
Wow.
Because of all that.
So then what would be your most memorable character out of Star Wars? If you had to choose one. If Luke was, he's there and he does this.
If you forgot his name, whose name did you remember?
No,
it's funny. When you said that, the faces that I see are, I know this is going to be weird, but the faces that I see that were memorable to me, Chewbacca.
Okay.
All right.
Rey.
Okay.
And Kylo Ren.
Wow. That's fascinating.
Huh.
It depends on what lesson you're trying to learn from the movie.
Okay.
And when you're asking the
Oh,
question.
and I love Han Solo.
Okay.
Yeah, who doesn't, kid?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
That's a really interesting set of characters.
I like Han Solo, that character, and even the movie on Solo.
The Solo Star Wars story. Very cool.
Yeah, I don't like Padme.
No,
I do not like Anakin.
Well, the only
For
reason
sure
I
as hell
think it
I
might
don't like Yoda.
Anakin is because the whole
Oh,
point
boy.
was good, evil, force, and all that. And in the end, he recognized the good and evil and switched at the end.
Right.
And died that way.
But
No, correct? Am I wrong?
he did switch, but he didn't switch just because he wanted to.
But he did.
He switched
still had a
because of the
choice.
influence of his son.
But either way, he was listening to the forces.
Finally, someone's listening.
I mean, isn't that kind of the point?
Yeah.
And the fact that like the whole dark and light is the light side tends to be like, oh, we're not supposed to get involved. So like instead of doing this and taking care of things, we're going to kind of back off. Whereas the dark,
they're
they
weak.
hone into the energy and
They're aggressive and
they
go
take.
after you.
I mean, they take it.
Yeah.
By the balls, there,
Okay.
you know, and just get it done.
So then, who would your memorable characters be?
Anakin would be one because of that.
Okay.
I was gonna say Jar Jar Binks just because.
Well, I was going to say the Crystal Foxes and the Porgs, but
yeah.
So you're equating Jar Jar Binks with like an animal character?
I like Kylo Ren's character too.
Okay.
The I don't know if it's the mind shift, the way that the characters change, like
Go from Ben to
or
Kylo back
actually
to Ben.
feeling the force, trying to play around with what it's doing, finding their balance.
Okay.
Because a lot of the characters, like that's why I see Luke, he's so like, I know there's a good, I know there's a bad, I know I've apt to this, but I'm not going to do anything. I'll just stand here and then not try to find my balance. Where Kylo Ren reaches for balances
Yes.
and does
Yeah.
something. So I like
Right.
characters who are proactive in doing stuff.
remember, okay, I used
Like
to
the
like,
Palpatine.
I used to like
Proactive in
Yeah, you know, he said I want something done. He got it done.
The
Correct?
Palpatine,
He did
the
not get
Palpatine.
it done. Gets it done.
Okay.
Are people still
I remember Obi-Wan?
Bye, Rob. Have a good
Bye,
one.
Rob.
Hope you 100 listens. Have a good cruise.
See you when we're old and gray.
Yeah, next week. All right.
Next
Go ahead.
week.
Sorry.
So, Obi-Wan.
Yes.
I used to like him when I watched the movies. Then we saw
Oh boy.
the show.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What did I tell you again why I didn't like him?
Because he
What, 'cause
made
he-
sushi and he did a bad job. We know.
Besides that, there was
Oh.
when we talked about it, I told you now I don't like him because I can't even remember.
It wasn't because he lied.
No.
There was something that he did or didn't do.
Yeah, he just didn't do anything.
He just
found that
didn't do. He
yeah.
didn't do anything.
At,
I don't
most
know.
of
I
this-
can't remember now. But I remember
So-
after seeing that,
You liked him less.
I don't. Yeah. Now I think he's dumb as hell too.
Oh, because he left Vader in the hole, and you said he could have killed him right there. And
Well, he could have. This whole freaking thing could have been ended when he killed him after slicing off his legs and arms. He could have just
That's why
chopped
she
his
was
head
really-
off.
yeah, she really didn't like that.
And then he would have been dead. But instead, then all this bullshit stuff happened where now more people were dying and now all the movies
And
are
Planet
used-
Killers.
Right, they're
What
sitting
she
there
said.
holding their hands, being
Yeah.
like, "What do we
So
do? What do
he
we
should
do?"
have just killed him right then and there.
Dark side.
Dark side.
Palpatine would have done it.
Exactly.
But
No
seriously, he
hesitation.
should have just killed
Yeah.
him right then and there.
But then we would have no
you
movies.
wouldn't
We
have
would
a
have no
movie.
show.
And that's
We would
why
have
right.
no cannons.
This
We would have-
franchise needs to make money, so that's why they continue.
Dark side
But
money.
if he just killed him right then and there, all this stuff, we wouldn't be sitting here right now either, probably.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not that we don't love to
so,
sit here, but yeah. But seriously though, right?
Yes. No, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's
Uh-huh.
and that's why we asked you guys the question.
And then he didn't want to do anything when we saw the show, and then that guy got killed and hung in the thing.
Oh, the
Oh,
Jedi.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like
And he
still
turned
hiding.
to him and he wanted him to
Yeah.
help him, but he turned him
just-
away.
yeah,
He
go
helped
back to-
him by
nothing
saying.
in you, I don't
But
know
he
what
helped
he
him
said, I
by
don't know.
saying, "Bury your saber and to blend in.
Yes.
Don't stick out like a Force user."
You'll be hanging from the rafters.
What does he do? Stick out like a Force
Yeah.
user.
And then after that, then he starts helping.
Yes.
So if he
Yeah.
just
Well,
helped,
you
he
need
would have saved that
motivation,
guy.
Yeah.
They need a little push.
A little bit of
Yeah.
a bad motivation.
So
No
someone
big
has to
deal.
die again.
So looks like we have to go dark side for episode 200, right?
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. So we'll have to keep
Can you
certain
guys do
characters in
that
mind.
though?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll see that.
We will.
Uh-huh.
We will.
see.
We will.
Hey,
find
like
that.
When it happens, we'll believe it. Oh wait,
Yeah.
we have something before the show closes. Is the show closing?
Yes, we're just about to.
Okay,
End it up
Okay,
here.
one more thing.
One more thing. So we made a poem. Can this be read?
Yes.
For
Yes.
ConverSWations. Okay.
Not ConverSWations.
Not
ConverSWations.
ConverSWations.
Okay.
You wrote
Oh,
a poem.
boy.
Well,
Poem,
yeah.
There's a
So
poem.
the letter C is for
Charles and Pat,
the letter O,
our beloved husbands,
the letter N,
nerds and geeks,
the letter V,
very good friends,
the letter E,
everybody loves them,
the letter R,
ridiculous laughters,
the letter S, scintillating
conversations. I thought
letter-
it said scandalous.
Yeah.
Oh.
That too. W.
Whatever. We
What?
don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. The letter A
All that matters to us
is
is
the T,
that they have fun together.
I,
Intelligent banter.
banter.
Yep. I don't have glasses on.
Obviously,
I'm
for
old.
obviously intelligent banter. N
Never a dull moment.
and S. Star Trek, Star Wars, forever.
That is fantastic.
Oh my
Congratulations.
goodness.
Congratulations on 100 episodes. Woo!
Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Thank
Oh,
you very
boy.
much.
and you're welcome.
Thank you to everybody in the
You're
chat,
welcome.
everyone who stopped by tonight, all of our guests, all the people who submitted numbers and became part of the show. And a huge thanks to Lunar Girl. Kelly, you've done an amazing job tonight and really a huge help. And for everybody who stopped in the chat, again, making
Thank you
this a
so
wonderful
much.
night. And
Thank you very much for supporting our husbands. We really appreciate it because
We do.
by you supporting
Somebody
is
has to.
keeping this going, and we get time to do whatever we want.
Yes,
so
we get a lot of Hallmark
do
movies.
appreciate it. Yes, we watch Hallmarks and stuff. It's fantastic.
It's a balance of the force. That's
Yeah.
what we like to do around
See,
here.
balance.
So thank you.
Oh.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good
Thank you very
night.
much.
Bye.